Fuck, dude. Dude. Oh, I want you to do that one more time.
Uh-oh. He wants you to do it one more time. Hang on. Let me get some better lighting. Because he was all, like, not in the light and shit.
What? Easy on the lights, man. Try to get my skinny side.
Oh, yeah. Try to get your skinny side? Okay.
I'd rather hear a fat girl fart than a pretty boy sing. As I said, that country music just ain't my thing. Your fat girl fart than a pretty boy sing. I can't sing that country music, just ain't my thing.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. That was the beginner. That's the opener to the show there.
There you go, man. Now you're going to have to do some clever editing.
Oh, no.
You got to have fart sounds going on in the background.
I'm going to have to send it what he makes.
Just chilling. I'm in my room. I got football in the living room. There's the white noise in the background. I'm in some pretty expensive fantasy, and I'm already about to win $1,000. I know I'm going to win $1,000 on the one league.
Huh?
He's in the football?
Yeah. Is that fantasy?
I mean, it's just fantasy football. I don't need to know anything about the players. I just do the research and look at the statistics, and I'm really good at all that shit. I've won hundreds and thousands of dollars off of. I mean, no, I haven't. I haven't won any money off of anything.
Where the money's at, baby?
But he said that's where the money's at, baby.
It's totally legal. It's totally legal.
Well, yeah. Mr. Whoa, hey,
what do you get?
Antonio.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, mic test, all good?
Yep.
Hey, I was listening to the song. I want to hear some more of that song about what you'd rather listen to.
I would like Jody to plug in an amp so he can get to the microphone so you guys can really hear it.
We're actually going to be sitting up here in about another 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, this is just personal, just you. They just want you.
Me?
It was,
You, man.
Wesley, it was coming out fine. The audio was coming out fine.
Was it? Oh, okay. On my end, it didn't sound very good.
I got to drink some more bubblies.
Sit on the bed.
So how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing. I'm sorry. He's probably directing that to Antonio. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, and you're good too. Yeah, Wesley.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. This is actually my room. It's his band room, but it's my bedroom. So, anywho, here we go. Jody again.
Nice.
Let's see here. How can I get? Let's see. Am I gonna? There he is. There he is.
There's something wrong with your phone. It seems to be camera shy.
Ah, funny.
There were three woolly men that fell in love with Jane, and Harry were their names. Well, I'm her only boyfriend 'cause she passed up two of the both. 'Cause she passed up charming Harry 'cause she likes Dick the most. And she's got Dick in the palm of her hand. Old Dick, she likes to tease Dick. She likes to squeeze Dick all of the time. 'Cause it seems for poor old Jane, it's always that Dick that's on her mind. Well, now Dick and Jane got married on this day. Something screwed up and got in their way. But now that they're divorcing, poor old Dick thought he'd get half. But the only thing for Dick, it was Muff, their kitty cat. And he's got Muff in the palm of his hand. He likes to tease Muff. He likes to sniff Muff. He likes to kiss Muff all up. 'Cause it seems for poor old Dick songs that muff that's on his mind.
Thank you, Jody. Jody Patchner, people. Look him up. You'll find him.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's fun. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I felt like doing a casual fucking stream. I don't feel like I could show you some of the conversations that I've been having with Clubhouse. Those are always fun.
Yeah, some of the ones you've shared in the Sheldon Cooper have been pretty cool.
That's Antonio.
Yes.
Antonio. This is Daniel.
Hey, Daniel, how you doing, man?
From California. That's Antonio.
Nice.
Antonio, say hi.
Hey, man, how you doing?
He's over in, you're over in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice to meet you guys. Hi.
Cheers.
What's your name again?
My name is Jody.
Jody. What's going on, man? Yeah, thank you for that.
I tell you what, I really like your singing style. You know, I like country. Sorry, but you know, I like country.
Hey, all right.
I'm a Don Williams fan. I went to see Don Williams last year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like,
About 4 or 5 years ago, my old band, I used to work with a band called Southern Streamline, and we opened up for Roy Clark at the Surf Ballroom in Iowa.
cool, very cool. So I don't know about you, but some of these guys, they're really getting on. But man, they are such good musicians. They're just, you know, they're a master at their trade, at their skill.
Oh, yeah. If you want to check out another group that I work with from time to time, his name is Dale Watson, and look up our newest song. It's called I Lie When I Drink, and then we got another song that's called Whatever. Dale Watson and Country Troubadours.
Have a look. Have a look now.
Huh. Link us up. Hook me up with a link.
Dale Watson and Country Troubadours.
I'm looking it up now, Dan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got this epic book here. I'm going to read a couple passages from this. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love to grow. I love when I grow my consciousness. Oh, yeah. Oh, growing my consciousness. It's so good for you. Wesley's gone there, right, Antonio? Wesley froze.
Looks like it. I've got Dale Watson. I Lie When I Drink.
Well, I think I heard of that song.
Yeah, I think I've heard it. So here you are.
I don't lie when I drink.
No, you don't. You don't lie at all, apart from when you're talking about the hundreds of thousands that you win playing fantasy football. Because that happens all the time. Be another millionaire. So what's been going on with you on Globelings?
Oh God, it's just I've had a thread on Twitter that's been going on for like a year. People keep chiming in. They're like, "This is still going on here," like a nonstop year-long conversation, and it's amazing. Here, I'll read you the.
What happens? Do you remember that guy that was having the long debates, getting angry, getting to the point where he was threatening you, and then you were copy and pasting? This was on Skype, I think it was. And you were copy pasting what he said to you, to himself, and to some of the public pages on Facebook. And he was like, "Motherfucker," you know, for you just copy pasting what he'd said. Do you remember?
I kind of remember that. I don't remember who it was though.
It was about a year ago. It was somebody, I think, who eventually just stopped commenting back. He got a pal to come in and back him up or something, if I remember right.
I don't remember.
Oh.
Let's see here. Oh, I'm going to read you a conversation. You'll appreciate it.
Before you do, Dan, have you heard Wesley playing Johnny Cash?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh man, if it wasn't that it would likely get your video flagged, I would love. Hey Wesley, we're just talking about you and Johnny Cash. I just love telling the story.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. The minute when Jody was singing, the phone said low battery. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, we
So
heard it until he'd finished singing. By the time it froze, he'd finished singing. He was telling us about the Del Watson. So
right.
we hear that. You know, we managed to hear that. But I was just telling Dan about you playing Johnny Cash and getting it flagged as a, you know, thinking that
I'm still trying to. I gotta finish it. I was gonna. There was 4 people that said they were gonna help me finish the song. Not one of them has helped me out at all. I just wanted lyrics. That's all I wanted.
Well.
Yeah. Once I get my computer back, I had to bring it into the pawn shop again. Oh, it's like every other week I'm bringing it in.
Oh, down there at the pawn shop?
Yeah. Hopefully that'll stop because Jody's wife disabled right now, and her, you know, they have healthcare people that come out, and they get paid $12 an hour, and you know, the woman that's been doing it for her is not doing her job. She keeps calling in, and when she is here, she don't do shit. So she basically wants to fire her and hire me.
Yeah,
and that's an extra $400 in my pocket every week.
That's really good. Wesley, go for it, okay? Because you might find that after you've been working with her, you might find somebody else who's in a similar situation to hers, and you can help that person too. I used to work as a carer. I was a community care worker, and you feel good for what you do, you know?
Sure. Because I make $11 an hour at where I work right now, and after they take taxes and child support, I barely get $300 a week. Barely.
Yeah.
So, and you gotta, and you all know this, I've talked about it before. I ran my own fucking business for 22 years. I used to make over, you know, anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a week. And I paid guys. This guy, Jody, was one of my #1 guys. I paid him $15 an hour. He didn't know shit about fucking remodeling. And then now it's 2017, and they're paying me $11 an hour working in a warehouse.
Yeah.
It's
the games that bankers play. That's all it is. The games the bankers play.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just not right.
Well, they can't have people.
But what you gonna do?
Yeah, the bankers can't have people all across the board improving progressively across the board without any glitch or without any obstacle, because if they do that, sooner or later they learn how to cut down on their working hours and they have more free time, and when they have more free times they can look into stuff like what the bankers have been doing, you know, and they inevitably end up at 9/11 and so on, and eventually freaking flat earth, and they don't want people to know that.
You know, here's the weird thing. I do not understand companies, okay? They bitch and this and that because of the economy. And everybody, we know the economy is so fucked up right now in the United States. And there is such a simple fucking solution. If big corporations who are paying us little guys $11, $12 an hour were to start to pay us what we're worth, like 15, you know, it should be, you know, it's 2016. We should be making almost $20 an hour. That should be a starting wage. All right. And you could survive on that very well. Now, if you're paying your employees more money, what are you, for instance, if you were making more money, what would you do with it? You would spend it, right? And the more you spend, it what? Stimulizes the economy, which we could get out of our, you know, depression, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's all the big companies that are fucking the little guy. We're the ones who are making them millions. And if they were to share that, they would be able to, you know, stimulate the economy very quickly.
Yeah, this is how we know that it's a banker's game. This is how we know. If you remove the bankers, that's what would naturally happen. Yeah, of course it would. Does a company want to make more money or no? Yes. How can it do that? Yeah. So, yeah. Let me go and get my hoodie. Back.
In 1980. No, go ahead.
I'm gonna read something when he gets back. Yeah. God damn, those Rolling Rocks go down like water.
So does my dew. Frickin' I got.
What the hell's this guy talking about? Good job. Good job showing a video from last year, guys. Danny boy. Oh, never mind. Hey, what's up, Morky? And I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, Drobot. I didn't show any video.
Maybe he thought it was a video, and when Jody was playing.
Yeah, I'm sleeping kind of well. Morky just asked me. Morky Love just asked me if I'm sleeping well. Yes, I am sleeping well. And still, I wasn't really paying attention, Mr. Drobot. I don't know what video they or you're talking about. The one in 2016. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, you could pass this on to Antonio. I'm going to run to the store real quick, and then I'll pop back in. But when he gets back, you could tell him 80. I used to make 8 cents an hour. That was 1980. I make something more an hour, and it's 2000.
You broke up, but I got the gist of it.
Oh, you got it. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. And 2017, I'm making just a little under $2 more an hour than I did in 1980. I was pushing a broom. A broom.
Yeah, I tell you what. If you look at there's a writer, an American writer called Bill Bryson. I urge everybody to read his books because he's freaking hilarious. He's a really funny guy. Okay, he writes about all kinds of stuff, but one of the things he writes about it's called I forget the name. Bill Bryson. Just look for Bill Bryson. Look at his list of books. In one of them, he's describing America. He lived in the UK for 20 years and then returned to America. So he's written about the differences in America over those 20 years, how Twinkies tasted when he was a kid versus what they taste like now, and him not knowing, is it his taste buds or have they changed the formula? But he describes things like what life was like in the 1960s and 70s in the US. You know, when you think of all these camcorder recordings from back then, where there was VHS and beta and even the winding up, that's a lot of money that a lot of disposable income that the average family had back then. So what you're saying is like, yeah, dude, read this book, and he gives a breakdown of things, and it's like how much disposable income they had. It's bewildering. And what basically caused a big problem was the pushing of women into the workforce. That's what caused the.
I agree with you, because I remember back in the 60s, my dad had bought a, like you were saying, it was one of them crank up films, 8mm camera, and color. The film was in color in 1960, and it's like. Yeah, it's like, how could he afford something like that? Because I remember towards the 70s, my dad had to work 3 jobs. But before that, he was just one job person. So it started like in the 70s when everything started to kind of go to hell.
Yeah. Well.
I consider myself fortunate that I got into Honeywell, because my grandmother worked there for 35 years. So she kind of had a little pull with getting her grandson into, you know, doing custodian work. But $8.81 an hour pushing a broom at Honeywell.
If you could go back to those days.
I thought I was rolling in the dough. I had just gotten married, just had a little daughter, and I was bringing home anywhere from $250 to $300 a week, depending on that overtime. And yeah, it's pathetic.
It's perspective, isn't it? I mean, you were rich back then, and now you're on more, and it's a rigged game. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to make an English cup of tea. I'll be right back.
And I'm going to go to the store, so hopefully I can beat him.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna
I'll talk to you soon.
Take my camera off here.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon, Wesley.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in. I won't jump out.
Oh, okay.
If you hear some noise,
okay, cool.
I'm gonna mute myself too, because if Jody starts coming up with band members, it's gonna get loud in here.
Okay. Yeah, just turn the video off and mute it or whatever. Then I'll talk to you soon. Starting. Wait, live now. Talk shit in the comment section, please. Live now. Talk shit in the comment section, please. If you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough.
So Dan,
yes,
you might be coming to Europe.
Oh yeah, dude, I want to talk to you about that shit.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. You know, just a matter of when. The summer.
No, it's gonna happen. I'm going to Europe. That's a guarantee. I just don't know when. What's his face? Martin basically invited me next month. I'm like,
yeah,
like,
yeah. But Martin has some awesome ideas. Martin Terra,
I know he does.
From Latvia, he has some really good ideas. He's incredibly good at networking and all kinds of stuff. He's got an idea of doing a tour from the north of Europe to the very south of Europe, being just about touching Africa, and measuring the whole journey, or at least demonstrating the effects of the journey on a gyroscope. He's got an old Soviet gyroscope, and he wants to keep it running for the whole of the journey, but the journey will be making pit stops. It would be basically a flat earth tour of Europe.
Yep.
And he'd like you to come with us, you know.
Yeah, we talked earlier. I Skyped with them for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he said he was even like, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, last minute 1 month preparations. I thought I was supposed to be at the Earthship Academy, and I don't even know where I'm going to be living in a month. And he's like, listen, you to come. He's like, I'll he's like, me and I'm sure all the other flat Earth people in Europe will contribute to it'll be less than $1,000 for the ticket there and back. And I'm like, oh shit, man. I'm like, that's quite the proposal there. But I don't know. That's extremely enticing. I was thinking about it. I was eating a little mini pizza earlier, and I was thinking, man, maybe I should just go over to fucking Europe, just pack up all my shit and go.
Well, what he's thinking about for next month is just a sit down talk with a group of flat earthers from Latvia for next month. The big tour he's thinking about later on, because the
Oh, okay.
funding would be great, you know. So, but yeah, yeah, dude, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah, I know.
There's-
Hey, Lapinu VR6. I'm not familiar with you, Lapinu VR6. But if you just relax and stop saying drop your hangout, I might do it. So just relax a little bit and stop repeating yourself. And I see you there. I just don't know who the fuck you are. No
What-
offense. Lapinu VR6.
Where are you from, Lapino?
Hey, hello there, Truth Faction and Morky and Charm Pair who just showed up.
Yeah.
Morky Love, press 1 and then 23 if you are
Hey,
the real Morky Love.
Yeah. Hey, Morky Love, and hey, Z-Proxy. Yeah, good
Yeah.
idea. He's saying to do an FE meetup in Spain, second half of 2018. Yeah, dude, count me in. In fact, we could coordinate it so we come down from the north and then go to the Spanish FE. Yeah, she's Morky Lovers types 123.
It's definitely a sock account. I gave her a wrench. I'm about to get sniped. No, I'm just kidding.
And Charm Fair. I don't know Charm Fair. Well,
Yeah, I don't. I think she's been lurking for a little bit, but she finally just came out of the woodworks, and so now she's making. I think she's making videos and shit, and I think she follows me on Instagram.
cool.
And Flat Earth Witch Bella, she was on. I think it's a she. It's Witch Bella was on my last hangout, so thanks for joining in again, Flat Earth Witch Bella. I don't know who the heck you are either, but you were on my last hangout, and I enjoyed your presence. So thank you for being on another one. Ask him some Flat Earth questions or something. Been lots of snipers sniping Flat Earth streams.
Yeah, and then Charm Fair says that I do know her because I was in a hangout on Dread.
Oh yeah.
Talking about me or about them?
Yeah, I remember that now.
Okay.
Flat Glenn Clark Earth. I'll take when I'm always around. Flat Earth Witch Bella says I'm everywhere. Laugh out loud. Morky says give me a link in Hangout. I think we're friends on Facebook, right, Morky? So Timothy Osmond Live. Let's see here. You all can suck it, Tim Osmond Live says. Well, thanks for that.
Well, there you have it, folks. A good cup of UKT is less time than me going to the store.
It is.
Wait, are you back from the store already?
Yeah, I'm only half a block.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Shit. Man, I'm about to go to the store. I have a whole entire bag, like a huge bag of organic coffee beans. So the store near me just upgraded their machinery. So now I'm going to go to the store and grind my coffee beans and take them home.
Nice.
Cool.
It's like, thanks, guys. I got a free coffee grinder now.
Oh dear, you've got some lonely trolls in the chat.
Oh boy, what are they saying?
I don't know. Luckily, I don't know because I'm not going to bother looking at their deleted comments. But you've got Marky Love and Charm Fair dealing with them. So cool.
Oh, it's that dude who hates me. This is
Oh, is it him?
Yeah.
Christian Crazy.
It's the pathetic psycho that hates me.
Yeah.
Got to yell at my lighting guy. He's not doing his job. Hang on.
Yo, Matthew, why don't you do your own live stream? Is it because nobody will watch you and you're not entertaining and you have nothing of value to give the people?
Is it
and you're a
because
fake flat earther and you're a fake Christian?
Yeah, is it because you're filled with hate, which is kind of antithetical to like being a conscious human being? Oh,
I would read his comments, but they're full of vulgarities that don't deserve repeating.
Here they come. One band member. That was Ron.
Oh, cool.
And here comes the other band member. He's a drummer. And he's just gonna fuck around and just sit around and do nothing. That's all you're gonna
Gentlemen,
do.
get your shit together, and I'll be fucking with you soon enough here. Flat Glenn Clark says I'm in your Discord as well. Okay, cool. You're in my Discord group. Thanks. Stick around for a little bit.
Hey, I'm going to ask a question that might be one of these stupid questions to ask, but bears asking. Are your band guys there going to press record on something and actually record their session, or are they not? And then they're going to have another session that goes, "Oh, dude, we should have recorded that. That was cool."
You guys are gonna record any of this or no? Hello.
Record. Oh, never mind.
They said made.
Yeah, they can do a session.
I mean, once they start up, I may let you guys listen to a little bit of it, but it may get just a little it might be distorted really bad. So I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Done it in the past. I've actually had a live Hangouts and I recorded the whole thing. It's actually on my site, on my channel. I think it was a New Year's. Was it New Year's? I can't remember.
Share it in the Sheldon Cooper chat at some point, or just share it to us and we'll share it.
Yeah, I wish I should have turned my other phone on, and so then I could read the chat. But if you're directing anything at me, someone else is gonna have to read it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Wes, I've heard that more than once.
Hold on, let me read this out real quick. Oh, okay, cool. Crown of Sunshine, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna read this epic quote to you that I found earlier that really struck a chord with me, because I've been obsessed with the truth on and off, mostly on, for nearly a decade. You know, just the general subjective truth. But then, like, you reach to a point where you think that there might be an objective truth, or some objective truths, or just one. But then you get so obsessed with the truth that you realize that you have you have some sort of an addiction to it, an obsession, and you need to calm down a little bit. Like I have realized my own craziness lately. So you give up the search, the seeking, the search for the truth, and then that happens for like a year, and then eventually you get thirsty again, and you go back to the searching for the truth again. But I'm gonna read off a quote to you that is really relevant.
Hey, Daniel, before you read that off, I just wanted to let everyone know I am back up and running. My old show, I now can stream.
Cool.
FYI. And I can stream from my phone, which is really cool. Go ahead. I'm gonna mute.
Could you mute yourself, Wesley, please? Thank you. Here goes. I think we might have some special visitors showing up here, but I mean, not that Wesley and Antonio aren't special, but you guys are regulars. Here we go. Okay, this is okay. It says got another person. Damn. Okay. So here it goes. Oh my gosh, I got a couple people want to join here. Okay, cool. Hey, Antonio, do you know Aisha Faye?
Does she have another channel name?
It's EISHIAFAE, Aisha Faye. And I think she lives in Europe. Yeah, she lives in the UK or something like that. And she's a flat Earth chick. I think she has dreadlocks. I think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But
you're confusing her for Rock Vibrations. She has dreads or had dreads. She's just taken them out.
Maybe I am.
Well, dude, it's your hangout. You bring in anybody you like, dude. It's your hangout. And if anybody comes in and snipes, you just start a new one. It takes.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care about that. But she says, I'm just at my bar job. I will try to pop in when I'm done. Thanks for the invite. My other buddy says, I'm doing family time with my little face, but I am interested. He's an I don't knowist, and he asks a lot of questions. He's a chaos lover. Okay. I mean, he's like he loves the chaos theory and those chaos type of people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They're an interesting bunch, but self-destructive type people, but still a very very conscious and empathic and even compassionate people still. So he might join, and he was the first person that ever gave me DMT that I ever smoked DMT with, and that was awesome. So I hoped I want to like start bringing guests on that knew me in the past when I was a globe earther, so they can tell you about how I was. And here's a good quote here: "Do not try to know the truth. Do not try to know the truth, for knowledge by the mind is not true knowledge. But you can know what is not true, which is enough to liberate you from the false. The idea that you know what is true is dangerous, for it keeps you imprisoned in the mind. It is when you do not know that you are free to investigate. And there can be no salvation without investigation, because non-investigation is the main cause of bondage." I think that's a fucking incredible quote. I fight with that so much because I really, really want to know the truth. But I feel like, who said it? It's Dr. Rupert Sheldrake said that it's like the flame, or it's like the moth going towards the flame. The moth wants to touch the flame, to know the flame so bad, the truth. But as soon as it touches the truth, the flame, it dies immediately because it can't know it and touch it and understand it at the same time. So it's a crazy paradox. So let's see here. We got oh nice. We got 25 people watching. Oh, Pussy Faggot Cancer Eyes is spamming the chat. Could my moderators please ban that guy? Could you guys ban him? Like, that's anyone who's spamming like that, you guys should ban him. Thank you, Carl Steinbeck. And so thank you. Yeah, and I'm gonna give you a wrench, Flat Earth Witch Bella, to crack down on it. Oh, there it is. There's Pussy Faggots with 8 eyes this time. So make sure you guys you ban him. And yeah, thank you. You go ahead and ban those people, but like fake flat earthers and fake Christians like that Andrew guy, you can let him talk shit and embarrass himself. So just go ahead and like let that guy embarrass himself and like call me names, and he can go ahead and expose himself. I don't care. But if you're gonna spam 111-666 and you have cum farts, mucus butt ass, wrinkled dick Doc and LaRusso or something like that, if that's your name, then obviously ban that fella.
Hey, just a heads up for all the mods. If before you ban them, you click report and you report them, then sooner or later they're going to have to say goodbye to all of those channels, and they're going to have to use their time remaking them. So it's worth it. It's worth to hit report before you delete and block.
So cool. We have a ton of trolls here, and Oh, put the slow mode on, Dan. Okay, you really should I put the slow mode on, Antonio? What do you think about that?
Yeah, make it short, but you know, so it's not infuriating for the normal people, the non-crazy people
Okay.
in the head.
Arwen says the trolls are strong with this one. Yes, Arwen. I haven't seen you in a while, but I believe what was his face? Tim Osmond and Andrew, the fake flat earther, fake Christian, brought the trolls. They alerted the trolls.
Yeah,
But that's okay. The more the merrier. Look at these fucking crazy bastards.
But listen, don't think that it's a lot of trolls. Okay, it's maybe
No,
one.
I know. It's just one guy with one. It's like probably two people with with unlimited socks. You know, I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. So let's see here. Thank you. Make sure you like and share, trolls. Thanks, guys. And it's like, do you think we're not used to it? We're so used to this. Right now, we're literally just having a good time. I'm about to go take a bong rip. Antonio's brewing some delicious tea. Wesley's chilling with his homies, listening to some good music. This is what we do. We have a good time. We vibe. We flow. We have cadence. I love the word. I love that word.
Hey guys, I just got done talking to them, and they're going to turn the volume half down, and they'll do at least one song, or I have to go to work.
Don't fall for it. It's a trap.
Yeah,
it's a trap. So yeah, because I know their volume and I know how it sounds afterwards, so it's too distorted. So I'm gonna have them turn down just a little, and hopefully it'll come through pretty good for their first song.
Not distorted. You're just too old.
Yeah, I'm too old. That's it.
Yeah, sure. I would love that. Absolutely. Just let me know when. So let's see here. Damn. Hey Antonio, how do I slow it down? 10 seconds?
You go to, where are you in your settings in your channel?
I have all of it open. I have the Hangout open on YouTube, and I have the YouTube Hangout that I'm staring at you from.
You need to go to your live settings.
Okay.
Or your live Hangout settings or live stream settings. It's over on the
right.
right.
Do I go to? Oh, okay.
You go like into the back of the Hangout. Bear with us, people. Don't worry, it won't take long before these unfortunate souls. We have to think this. We have to realize this too. These are unfortunate souls. Can you imagine being the kind of person that lives in that head, in that mind? That's not a mind.
There's I have a lot of wrenches in the chat room. I mean, it's pretty crazy that that many trolls are out there.
Oh, Bill Hicks Jr. is a wrench, but Bill Hicks Jr. is PMARS.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
What a dummy. Bill Hicks Jr., PMARS, aka Fart Boy. God, don't you ever give up.
Dan, this is why they do this. So they do all of this, and then somebody that seems to have been fine for a few days says, "Hey man, I'll wrench for you," and there you go. You've got now one of the trolls in your wrenching team, and then later on they cause problems between the wrenchers. That's their strategy, and that's their sum total of their strategy. There's nothing more. There's no, we're going to do this experiment and demonstrate that there's curvature, because there isn't. So they're just, what else can they do?
Okay, Antonio, how do I go to the live Hangouts editing settings or whatever?
What I'll do is I'll go into mine. I'm on Apple, which is just slightly different, but only different in kind of layout, and it's not that different. Okay, so you go into your Creator Studio.
Okay.
Tell me when you're in.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Go to live streaming.
Oh, nice. 1,223 subscribers. I love that fucking number, 23.
Cool.
So let's see here. So I'm at live streaming.
Uh-huh.
So now what?
And go to events.
Stream options?
Oh, yeah, if you've got stream options, go to stream options. This is where things vary between Apple and PC. And then that's it. That's as far as I can help you.
Huh. Can't find it though. Oh, added delay?
There you go.
That's weird. It won't let me go to it though. Huh. Oh, okay. So I have to go to the one that's on right now.
That's it. Yeah.
So go to edit. 1 second, peeps. Flat Earth peeps. Gotta slow down the chat room. Give me 1 moment. I'm gonna take a bong rip and grab another beer for you being so.
Let's consider the genius of this, right? 6, enter, 6, enter, 6, enter. This
So,
is the
so dumb.
Just 6, enter, 6, enter. I can do this.
Okay. Oh, enable slow mode.
There you go.
And
now you tell it.
So 10 seconds.
There you go. Look at them. They're like in a frenzy. Oh my God. They're so...
So I did it. So did it work? The slow mode, everyone?
There you go. It stopped. Just it's like, oh, like the guys in YouTube aren't gonna figure out how to slow cretins like those. There you go.
See you later, trolls. Nice knowing you. You wretched ultra maroons. See, I don't want to say anything too rude. I just want to be, So let's see here. Aw, bye guys. Nice knowing you. Flat Earth wins again.
Yeah, Stan Smith. Love to the trolls.
Yeah, I hate it.
Hey,
but this is the stuff I have to listen to before they start. All their little joking and yeah.
It's just cutting out for me, Dan, over here.
Yeah, you're cutting out there, Wesley.
You need to sit somewhere else so you've got a better connection on your phone. I think it's yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna pick one tarot card for all the listeners and especially for all the mods right now. All the mods did a very nice job helping me out with all these asshole trolls, these nassholes as I like to call them, social criminals, and social criminals. Yeah, so here goes. Actually, you know what? I always like to get in a good state of mind. I need to go take a bong rip and grab another beer before I go do that for you fine folk.
Go. We'll listen to Wesley's band.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself. I'll be back in a minute. Thanks, guys.
I gotta run downstairs and grab myself some liquid courage. Grab me an extra one like that.
They have to get liquid courage. That means beer. Too funny. Well, you want to play a little song on your own? No? Well, fuck you too.
I'd rather wait for everybody else.
Oh, shy.
No, I'm not shy. I just don't feel like working right now.
Ah, okay. It's work to him.
Enjoyable work. But work just the same.
But anyhow, how is your audio coming? Test, whatever. Tell a joke.
It's coming good. It's coming through good.
It's fine. Okay, what do I got? These guys are pulling into Philadelphia. State Patrol pulls them over. State Patrol comes up to the car, raps on the window with his nightstick. Guy rolls down his window. He blasts him right in the head with that nightstick. What the hell was that for? You're in Philadelphia, boy. Patrol pulls up to your car. You have your window down and waiting. Registration. He runs them, gives him a sit back. Just before he goes, he smacks him again real hard in the head. He said, damn, what the hell is that for? He says, that's for not doing the right thing in the first place. Then he went over to the passenger side and he smacks him real hard too. He didn't say nothing or do nothing. He said, that's for what you were going to say when I left. So hit me. That's because I fucked it up.
Bad joke. He was making it up as he was going on.
It's supposed to be, I was just granting their wish.
Too funny. Going back to mute.
No, it wasn't that bad, Wesley. But dude, Wesley, I think you need to sit somewhere else because your connection keeps dropping just from time to time, just breaking the actual transmission. You know, so you're stuttery and yeah. I think if you place yourself where I can see that you're not pixelated and that everything's good, then there you go. You can stay there.
Yeah, right now I'm running on a Wi-Fi that's going in and out.
Right.
It sucks.
Oh, right. Okay. Got it.
That's why I've logged in 3 times since I've started.
Right.
So I'm hoping that if I'm like right here, I should be fine. Normally I don't sit that far away from the window area, so
yeah. Well, for some conspiracy theorists, you'd be classed as one of those lizard people. You know, the David Icke lizards.
Jody, show the liquid courage. Liquid courage there, people.
From the land of sky blue waters.
Me, I just stick with this.
My best friend was a Ham's bear.
Okay, are we still coming through okay?
Yep.
You're gonna give me a beer before work now? Are you out of your mind?
That's the best time to go to work.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. Jody, there's a reason why I fired you.
No, I don't drink to get drunk. I drink because I like it.
Yeah, huh? Okay.
The reason why I was drunk all the time is because I didn't like my boss.
I believe that one. I'm kind of an asshole to work with. All right, one song, guys. Keep her somewhat low, but, you know. Can you guys see the whole band there? Or?
Pretty much.
Oh, here, I guess I could click on my video so that I could see where I'm at. Yeah, because there's Jody Doty. He's the bass player.
You want to hear the most wonderful song that I wrote?
Ellsworth. Ellsworth is playing the drums. And then we got Ron playing lead.
Rock and Ron.
Okay, guys.
Well, since this is my show, I'm supposed to be going to do Sweet Home Chicago.
I'm waiting for somebody to say a 1 and a 2 and a 3. They don't do that. Be nice. You might want to just right there. If you push that corner, it's almost ready to fall off. The one he was messing with. There, to the left, to the left. The other one, dude. Yeah. See, the corner is ready to fall off. There you go. Nice. You got it.
Well, that was ready to fall off.
That would suck. I could just see him hitting that doggone thing and just everything falling. Okay. If anyone doesn't know, this is free shit. Every band does this crap. Yeah, come on. Baby, don't you want to? Yeah, come on. Baby, don't you want to? Down to the same old place, sweet old Chicago. Yeah, one is two, two is four. Come on, baby, give me a little bit more, honey. Hey. Baby, don't you want to go down to the same old place, yeah, the sweet old Chicago. Yeah, what was it? 1860 girl that I've ever seen, honey. Hey. Baby, don't you want to go down to the same old place, yeah, the sweet old Chicago. Hey, come on. Baby, don't you want to go? Come on. Baby, don't you want to go down to the same old place, yeah, sweet old Chicago.
Now we can turn it up.
There you go.
Nice.
Hey, you have a new guest, Dan.
Yo, good shit, boys. That was fucking sick. And thanks for popping in here, Hangout, or the faceless enigma known as Christian.
You're changing my name. It's whatever.
Yeah,
It can be the
yeah.
name.
Thanks
The
for stopping
nameless.
by.
Yeah, man.
And that was
thanks for
awesome.
inviting
Yo, Wes, Wes, tell your boys thank you. That was fucking awesome. I enjoyed that very much. I just took a bong rip and on my second beer, so I was shaking my head there, enjoying the groove. We might have another guest or two or three show up here.
Hmm.
Who else did you invite? What's up, Lex? I haven't seen you in a
I
while,
invited a
man.
lot of people, man. I invited well, I was originally supposed to do a hangout with this chick, Amber. She's a unknown flat earther, and
I'm gonna jump out, guys, but I'll pop in later.
All right, dude. That was great.
yeah, dude.
All right.
Thanks, Wesley.
Nice
Yeah.
to see you there, Hangout.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you
Christian.
soon. Let's see here.
So you were going to do this with a new flat Earth chick?
Yeah, and she doesn't make any videos or have her own YouTube channel, and she doesn't know how the YouTube Hangout works really. So I was like, all right, well, I'll show you how to do it real quick.
You didn't tell. You didn't tell her to just run. Just run, run.
Run away, or as one of my favorite childhood movies said, run away and never return. That shit fucking made me cry, dude. That motherfucker killed Mufasa. God damn it, that pissed me off. Oh man, isn't it interesting how the clouds in the Lion King said sex, and how the globe Earth said sex in the clouds too?
Yeah. According to them, they say, oh no, it says SFX, which was like for special effects, you know? But even then, if that's the case, what are they doing putting it on the globe?
Yeah, they have no excuse for that one. They can't. I mean, Disney can at least say, "Oh yeah, that was." They could cover that up, but the Globus they can't say, "Oh, we were doing." They can't say it was SFX.
No, they can't. Hey, did you see the thing David Weiss made yesterday? I mirrored it on my channel, but he's pulled it from his, which is the ISS, and then compared with the Big Bang Theory, where one of the characters in the Big Bang Theory goes to space and he's weightless and has a pen and he's doing weightless tricks with the pen. I've left it on my channel, but it's like people are saying no, because in the video it says this was done by a kid in his room with a $500 budget and a green screen. And people are saying, no, it was a TV production company. It's like, brilliant. So you're saying the TV production companies can just mock up the ISS? Because let's face it, that's what they did with Big Bang Theory.
Oh, it's beautiful. I might have to mirror it from you.
Dude, of course, go ahead. All of David Weiss's stuff is just there for the taking, man. He does. Sorry.
So,
well, no, I was just gonna go ahead. I just wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
Sure. Well, I would just notice something the other day, and okay, so basically same thing like ISS or NASA. They put another one of their videos up where like the guy gives a tour of the station, and that's natural. I like to go to the comments section. That's where the real good shit is. It's not the videos. Like the video's gonna be what it is, because I'm looking because I noticed that the flat Earth is now infiltrating a lot of the comment sections. You know, where I'm not looking for, it's not like on a flat Earth video. It's literally just a random NASA video, and I'll scroll through the comments, and I'm just waiting. I'm just scrolling down. There's 2,077, and I'm just waiting for one person to go fake. You know what I mean? Like for one guy to make that comment, then it starts the whole, oh, you're a fucking flat. And here's the thing: is that the video number one was not a live. It was just a video they released, right? And the argument starts going on about how could they have done this with the fucking these people, these ignorant. This is regular people that are still. These are the same people that call flat earthers retards. Still, like it's you guys are still on that shit, you brain dead retards. And can't you? I mean, how could he have done that? That whole section. Look, he stayed in weightlessness for over 2 minutes, and I'm like, dude, it first was not a live video, bro. Like, how do you sit there and actually use that as an argument, knowing you've watched every Hollywood movie there is, where you can literally make anything happen? ISS releases a video that wasn't even live. It's just a fucking video, and you're still arguing about the special effects. Like, oh, see, that can't be special effects. You no longer can tell the difference between what is special effects, and they're still using that. It's fun. I just thought it was funny. I'm like, wow, and you people are smart, and yet you're actually going to utilize any kind of effect as an argument. Oh, Antonio fell out. Looked like you should have to say something too.
I know. Hopefully he comes back. Hey, Karen V, what's up? Earth Pond, what's going on? Rusted Soul, Peran. Who's Peran? What's up, Peran and A4? What's up, Ace McLeod? What's up, Vincent P? What's up, Felix?
Sorry, Dan. Hey, is Vincent P there?
Yep. Jill Pete, what's up, John Rich?
Hey, Hangnail or Faceless, what's your name?
You call me Christian. I just changed it to the FE because I thought it was a double entendre.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I heard Dan saying it earlier. I just forgot. I dropped just as you were saying about the long sequence giving the tour of the ISS. And you're saying, like, dude, you know, I went to see the film Gravity with a globeling friend of mine, you know? So pretty much like 80% of the film is in space. No, maybe 40. It's a 3-hour-long film. It's more than an hour in weightlessness, you know, with her getting out of the suits and all kinds of stuff. It's like, dude, you know they can do this with Hollywood. And they're like, well, that movie cost X. It's like, right, so they could make 4 of those a year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly. Exactly. I can't believe they actually. I read the. I think I just get. It takes a tremendous amount of. I think it takes more energy for me to not type something than it does for me to type something. When I read the comment sections, because I want to put, but it's like, no, I know it's not going anywhere. It's just going to get me more aggravated, and I'll probably just lose sleep over it. Because the chance, because the person is just, they're just going to say they're going to stay stupid. The thing that drives me crazy is when a stupid person is calling you stupid.
Yeah.
Like what, you know, and so I can't get involved because it'll make my blood pressure go through the roof, and I'm not going to lose sleep over someone who just refuses to see anything any different, refuses to even open their mind to a possibility this fucking big. It's like I'm not asking you, like, you know, to all this, but you know, let's take a look at the moon landings or something like this. Just some people literally just they don't want to fucking hear anything at all, and it's just like, you know what, I can't do it, man. I can't.
Do you know part of the reason I'm convinced that part of the reason they don't want to hear it is that very quickly into the whatever it is, they realize that they're stupid. They're like, oh, dude, I've lost a thread here. I don't know what's going on now. So they feel stupid. Yeah. They don't want to. You know.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, let's
there is a fear.
Yeah, there is. But even they're educated. They're supposedly intelligent guys. If you say to them, look, you can't have something that's moving be something that's also not moving. They're mutually incompatible. That one thing, having those two qualities, is not possible. Is like logically impossible. They say, no. You go, what do you mean, no? It fucking is, you know, it's impossible. That's just, yeah. So to them, it's, yeah, perfectly fine. Say, all right, okay, so can a cube be both blue and red all over? And they say, yeah. No, it can't. It's logically impossible. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Yeah. No, it isn't. Well, okay, then go and play. Go and play.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. That's the conundrum. Is when from the outside looking in now, because we've all been there. We were them, and we realized, looking back, that we accepted insanity as sanity. It's purely fucking illogical and irrational. Yet we accepted it, past tense, as sanity. When you point this out, they're going to tell you that you're insane. We're insane. We're crazy. For what? For simply wanting we started from the ground up what's wrong with questioning everything from ground zero, no pun intended, but ground zero up and scrutinizing it from a completely rational, logical point of view? And that makes me insane. That makes me insane, right? Because I mean, it's like if anything, I've always said this, and I've always said this. Let's say I'm dead wrong. Let's say I was completely wrong and the world ends up being a globe. Will I have any regrets? No, because flat Earth is not just about flat Earth. It's so not. Flat Earth is actually one little chunk of this whole thing. What flat Earth is really about, it's all about the ability of deception. It's all about how much else was I deceived about. It's the foundation for all of reality. It's everything. It's holy shit. Well, if
And
that's bullshit, then how much else could be bullshit?
yes, and flat Earth is proof of deception. It's like,
Yep.
dude, it's freaking flat. You've been deceived. So, and they don't want that because it means, oh shit, have I been deceived about nutrition, about the value of my life? Have I been deceived about the whole thing? It's like, yes, you freaking have. You know? Yeah.
Because if they lied about that, you're right, they lied about that, and you really think they told you the truth about Princess Di? I mean, think about it. That means they fucking lied about everything. The chances that they told the truth of certain things, it's like, holy shit. And it's scary. I agree. It's scary because I don't know what the fuck is true anymore. Maybe some of the stuff we've been told is true in the news. Who knows? I don't know anymore.
Listen, I was in Spain when the whole Princess Diana thing happened. Guess what they said on the news, in television, on the television news in Spain? Immediately, Princess Diana has been murdered. That's what they first said. That were the first reports from the police.
They said that.
From the police. The Princess Diana had been murdered. And then later, the PR campaign kicks in and it's, oh no, it's this other thing. It wasn't really murder and whatever. But even with the World Trade Center, why would you call the point where there's been a horrible disaster or terrorist attack, why would you call it the words that you're legally obliged to call the place at which, above which, or below which a nuclear device has gone off? Why would you choose that? That's what ground zero is. It's the point at which a nuclear device has gone off. Why call it that? You know? Why not call it 0.0? They could call it that, you know.
Yeah.
Could call it Heroes Point. They could call it a whole bunch of stuff. But no, ground zero. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, it does make you realize the mockery too. That's a hard one, because I remember before I got involved in Flat Earth, I would come across some conspiracy videos, and when they would bring up the numerology and the mockery, I began like, oh, these guys are just crazy. Like the movie The Number 23, they're just looking for numbers and shit. I thought that. And maybe some people are reaching. I agree. There is a lot of reaching going on. There's a lot of speculation. I only really hold tightly to what I believe. I have my speculations, but they're not. I don't really talk about them a lot because they're just my own inner gears turning. I keep them to myself, and if they get validated, then I'm like, oh, I fucking knew. But for the most part, I deal in reality. When I began to see like what some of the things that like Russian vids are talking about with them, I was like, holy shit. It's crazy. And you know, a lot of the things that you can't really bring stuff like that up to. You got to work them up to that because it is. It's sick. You're like, wow, not only are they doing this shit, but they're telling us they're doing it too, which is really fucking crazy.
Have you watched the, what's he called? Is it Neil Kramer? The Staircase of Disbelief?
Oh. Yeah, of course. You know I have, Antonio.
Yeah, but I'm asking Christian. Christian, you need to watch this.
Okay, I'm going to pull this up.
It's either the staircase or the stairway. The staircase or the stairway of disbelief. And it's a it's a philosophical argument, basically. That's what it is. It's really cool. People have forgotten this, by the way. Philosophy is absolutely invaluable. It's precious, okay? The term status anxiety, which is 2 words, describes a whole range of neuroses and problems that are caused due to status anxiety. 2 words. Status anxiety. Well, staircase of disbelief describes the problem that the conspiracy-minded have when broaching a subject to a non-conspiracy-minded person about conspiracies that are real and true and demonstrable. That problem.
Oh.
So he describes you have to take them up one
I
step.
just found it. This is it, right? I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, it's very good.
Veritas Radio. Okay, I'm going to save this. Thank you. I appreciate shit like that. It's the stuff I go to sleep to at night.
Yeah, it's very good. It is good. Oh, and we also should thank, sorry, Dan, we should also thank or be grateful for some of the big kind of conspiracy guys out there, because not many of them are talking flat earth, but there are 2, one of which is always kind of shunned to the corner, and that's Andrew Basiago. He's described the earth as being flat. And
he did?
Also,
yeah, he did.
Yeah. And also, oh, damn it, what's his name? The South African guy with the circle stones. Tellinger, Michael Tellinger.
Yep. Oh, Michael Tellinger?
Yeah.
I want to bring up I thought you were going to mention at least one. I don't know. Well, one of them is, I just thought of it last second. You know, Jeff Berwick, he's been, you know who that is, right? He's like a Canadian. Yeah, he's a Canadian entrepreneur. He did actually do an interview with Dubé years ago, but he was like just sort of like just doing a radio show, and he was like on the middle. But he's basically like a Canadian's version of who's the Virgin Airlines guy name again?
Branson.
He's like yeah, okay. So he's like a rich entrepreneur. He's like the Canadian version of that. He's been in politics. He's he's pretty much an open libertarian type of guy. He's always like making videos of himself walking the dog. He's full flat now, full blown.
Oh, really?
Flat, dude, people are divided in his comment section. That's great. But his name is Jeff Berwick, and he's been talking all flat earth lately, especially within the last month at least, and you can see his comment section going. He's like, I don't give a fuck anyway. He doesn't care because he knows that it's real. He's like, I've been investigating this, I didn't say anything for a couple months. So the way he came out really just it sounded exactly. It resonated with me because it sounded exactly how I felt. Like when I first started investigating, I didn't say shit to anyone because I wasn't sure.
He's the dollar vigilante. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's full flat now. He's full flat, which is cool.
Nice.
And,
very nice.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's a victory for us. The other guy is you ever heard of his name is Mark Lowe. He does a show called oh my God, he does a radio show called Deep Thoughts. I
don't think so. I
You've
might.
Heard of him?
I don't know.
Okay, he used to be called MK Ultra Radio. Now he does. Here's the thing: you guys have to watch a show. Just like
33 watching. Thank you.
But you know who I'm talking about, right? Do you know who I'm talking about? His name's Mark Lowe. You got to type in Deep Thoughts Radio. Okay, he's been doing this radio, and I actually really like the show. And I think I was listening to before I was into Flat Earth, and he would break down a topic very objectively. I think he's a teacher or something. Very cool. He just sits outside and smokes cigars. He's very cool. Trust me. The topics he talks about, he's talked about quantum physics, talked about a lot of things. He's not an asshole. He just talks about for the whole 360 degrees of every topic, from success to anything, man. But he's got about 250 or 300 episodes in, and he hit the flat earth a couple of times, hit it again, and all of a sudden now it's like bang, bang. It starts coming up more and more. He's already admitted he doesn't admit that he's a flat earther, but the fact that he keeps coming back to it and admitting over and over that the proofs are you can't debunk them. And he even brought up the rocket ship. And I think the only reason why he publicly doesn't admit that he is because I think he's a teacher, and that's why. Because maybe he doesn't want to lose his job. He doesn't want to do like what happened to what's his face? Balls Out Physics.
Brian Mullen.
Yeah, yes. Brian Mullen. That's the only reason. But if you just watch his Flat Earth shows and how objective he is and how he's like, you're like, dude, he's a fucking flat earth. I even said straight up in his comment section, I'm like, Mark, why don't you gonna just fucking admit it, man? You know you're flat. He just doesn't admit it. I think a lot. What about the Red Pill Radio guy? Not Red Pill Radio, Red Pill Philosophy. He's not admitting it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. Whoa. Red pill philosophy is he's a flat earther.
He is, but he's not admitting it, though, right? He's not admitting it. He's sarcastic
Yeah,
about
he
it.
does. He does. Calm down there. Calm down. He does. He does on Twitter every day.
Right. Okay.
Only
So
because it's your radio show. You're like, calm down.
So these are my thoughts. The guy who's a teacher, okay, he might be more effective if you think in a strategic way. Okay, he might be more effective by simply not declaring himself a flat earther, keeping his job, and teaching the people that he teaches effectively how to evaluate, assess, and understand the world. So,
Antonio, what about Eric Dollard, who just fucking completely made a fucking fool of himself?
I knew it. I knew he would do it.
I mean, like, you can fly on a plane going from the East Coast to the West Coast. I mean, how stupid is the flat Earth? I mean, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And
wow,
says,
dude. I used to have respect for you. You just, it's all down the toilet, you fucking senile fuck.
He says,
Eric Dollard, you're old the fuck, senile hack now.
He
you
says,
just threw everything all away.
He says, why is it when we want to communicate by radio with Russia, we have to aim at the North Pole?
Fucking like, craziest shit I ever heard.
Because you're going
like, dude, this, you're a quack now. You're a quack as far as I'm fucking concerned. I used to fucking support you until that stupid dribble just came out of your dumb mouth.
When they
holy shit,
you're right,
people, you're gonna die.
Dude, when they,
Eric Dollard, you're gonna die soon, probably within the next 10 years. Do you want to die? Maybe 20 if you're lucky, if you become a flat earther. But do you want to die with other men's theories and thoughts in your head? Or do you want to die actually being an open-minded skeptic, free thinker, critical thinker, who is an who is happy with being uncertain of things? Apparently, you're very certain with things, because flat earthers are stupid. But I'm just gonna let you marinate on that, even though you probably will never hear it. But you'll get the wind of it, because I can talk to you anytime I want to. I'm probably friends with you on fucking Facebook or something. Or I'll just make a fucking message to you, and I'll say, calling out Eric Dollard, supposed free thinker. And I used to respect you, just like Joe Rogan and who are these fucking people? I don't even. There's so many people. I've lost so much respect for Terrence McKenna, Robert Anton Wilson, and Alan Watts. These are the people that helped me realize that the Earth is fucking flat. And now it's like it's fucking crazy. It's like,
well, Terrence is dead. Like, he died before he knew.
Yeah. Why?
No. He dismissed it. What's up?
Why have you lost respect in them?
Because they fucking. I've studied their books and all their interviews and their lectures, and I mean, I've heard them say themselves. I mean, I've heard Terrence McKenna say himself. He was questioned by somebody in the audience. What do you think about this whole like flat Earth stuff? Well, it's just absurd. Yeah, it's absurd how you could. It's like, no, Terrence. He's like, well, it's because
you said that at some point, didn't you?
Robert Anton Wilson and Terrence McKenna were stuck on space travel.
Yeah,
and they thought probes were flying around the Saturn rings and shit. They got tricked. They got duped.
Yes. But wait. So did Tesla. Tesla was a globeling. And then when we think, dude, the things that guy developed on the Earth that function based on the false premise that it's a ball, but actually the ball doesn't enter into it. It was all to do with the energies around us, okay? What would he have achieved if he'd understood that it was flat? You know, he was planning to make a permanent sun around the equator, a permanent sun that would shine like a ring, like the rings of Saturn. That's what he wanted to make, to bring daytime to everywhere on the Earth.
That's badass. Well, yeah. I don't know about daytime to everywhere. That's kind of crazy. We got to have nighttime.
Yeah, that would be. But that's what he wanted to do. And if we think, I'm thinking, right, okay, dude, you should have fit. No wonder after the Tunguska event, he was.
I've never heard that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, but he was Tesla was confused after the Tunguska. So this happens. He develops a weapon, and he says, "Right, dude, this is going to stop war."
Okay? Oh, is that that's the death ray? The death ray.
No. It got morphed into the death ray by the PR guys against him. It was actually a shield that would stop anything that used any electrical equipment going through and working. Yeah. So basically, a big jammer. Okay. So he said, I'm not just going to give it to the United States. That would be, they will devour the world. Can't give it. So he gave
all the militaries.
So he split it into 4 and gave it to 4 different people and said, only when you work together will you be able to figure it out. The point is, to demonstrate, because some of them said no. To demonstrate this, he used this to create a huge event, which happened in Tunguska. But I'm convinced that he meant it to happen in the North Pole, where there's nothing around. Yeah, but because we're not on a globe, he got it wrong, and it happened in Tunguska, and that's the Tunguska event. But try and look for a match, and you see, oh, nobody's figured it out.
Like, what's the Tunguska event again?
It's where this area in northern Russia of flattened trees for hundreds of miles with a central point where it looks like something exploded in the air without leaving a crater or shrapnel.
Okay.
It was.
There's a Nikola Tesla statue in Niagara Falls that's in a secret spot that I found.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like it's so fucking crazy because like there's the Niagara Falls, the eighth wonder of the world, whatever the fuck it is, one of the wonders of the world, and it's, by the way, it's full of sewage water. But anyway, Tesla made that. He created the generator at Niagara Falls. He was the first ever creator of water, of the infinite fucking water generator at the Niagara Falls. It's fucking incredible, this man. And
Dollard says there's no free energy. Dollard says there's no free energy. Dollard, in that video where he says flat Earth absolutely absurd, he's asked about free energy. He says there's no such thing as free energy. Say, I think Tesla would freaking prove you wrong. Because there's all that free energy from all that water free.
And they try to call him the fucking modern day Tesla. You can suck my balls, Eric Dollard, you fucking heliocentric dick worshiper. So let's see here. So we were talking about what were we? Oh, so Tesla. Fuck. Oh, Niagara Falls. Yeah. So yeah, you can find his lab. There's he has a lab near Niagara Falls. And it's still there, and but it's like, I think the military. I mean, you can go to it. You can go and visit it, and check it out and take pictures of it. I don't think you can go on the inside of it though. But I'll have to do some research into that. But I know he has a lab near Niagara Falls, and I think it might be in like What's up, Josh? What's up, Drunk News Network?
Oh,
fuck yeah.
I wanted to talk to you guys tonight because I know we got fucking Daniel and Antonio in here, and I know you guys, you're very logical people. So I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about terrorism. Would you like to hear my rant real quick?
Absolutely. I'll mute myself.
Oh, no, don't mute yourself. I want to hear a reaction. So today, I was out there, like, behind my house, there's a water pump right behind my house, my property, and it supplies water to about 100 people. It's a seasonal thing. A private company runs it. They have not been keeping up on their stuff. It's been aging equipment. It's been fucking up. It's flooding my basement and my yard. So I complained to the government. I've been complaining to the government. They won't do nothing, the local town and stuff. So today I went at there. It was pissing water out, and it just flooded my basement. I went and walked up with an employee there. And I filmed what he was doing. I filmed the inside of the pump house with the water spraying out and everything. Afterwards, I had a call from the water company telling me I was committing or violating anti-terrorism laws by filming public utilities.
Oh, really?
Yes, I wanted to get your opinion about this real quick. So, like, something was posing an imminent threat to my property. I walked up. There was an employee there that there's no trespassing signs. There's nothing that says you can't be there. An employee there who opened the door, and I filmed it when it was basically breaking down. And they told the private company told me I was violating anti-terrorism laws.
So wait, how were you told you were violating these laws?
I got a phone call out of the blue. Like, first in the morning, I called the water company to complain that this was happening. I gave them my phone number to whatever. The technician came up. I filmed him, and afterwards they called me.
So how did they know that you were the individual that filmed and not some of your neighbors?
Oh, yeah, well, the technician told him, I think.
Yeah, but did you tell the technician, yo, I live in that house and it's flooding my basement?
I did. I was fucking pissed off, and I walked up and yelled. I was angry because, like, your basement's getting flooded, yours getting flooded. So I walked up, and you get angry.
And what was he doing? Was he trying to fix it, or was he fucking it up?
You'll see. Well, he came to just turn it off. I'm uploading the new episode of Drunk News with all the footage tonight. He came by, and I was being a dick. I'm not gonna not admit it, because your basement's getting flooded. You come up, you could be a dick to people. He's just trying to do his job. He kind of told me, like, oh, well, maybe I won't shut it off. But he went in, dude, the water that's spewing out of this place with electricity. It's like, wait till you fucking see this video. It's.
Oh, I watched that video. It's fucking. I watched the video that you uploaded.
I have no. That's the video from the morning. You gotta wait till I see when it's actually was pissing out the sides. It fit with the pressure.
That shit's crazy, dude. Like, honestly, all the pipes in the entire fucking world, especially the United States, are fucking totally rusted over, full of fucking asparagus. Or sorry, what was it? Asbestos? Asparagus.
When I was complaining to the water company about the rusted pipes, what they told me was, oh, it's okay because we chlorinate the water to fix the pipes.
Oh, what?
They said it's all the rusty pipes, but it's okay because we chlorinate it to filter that out.
Oh, so they make it look like it's normal water, and it's really just super highly chemical water. Ew.
So okay, let me get back to this. So after they accused me of violating anti-terrorism laws, I said something about, well, the EPA, you're not allowed to dump waters with chemicals into like public water sources, because the way this pump house is leaking, it's dumping its water into a creek that runs along my property. It's a huge fucking creek that runs for I want to say 20 miles. Big fucking creek. So they're leaking contaminated water with chlorine into there. I looked on the EPA website. It's a violation of the fucking, the EPA. But they want to say I'm violating anti-terrorism laws by filming something.
So did you say, no, I'm not, you are?
Well, I got it later on a phone call. I was on the toilet taking a shit. No, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I was on the toilet taking a shit when they called me up. I honestly thought they were going to say, oh, we're up here, we're going to fix it. We'll divert the water. Because they did that once before. The water flooded my property, and they sent a construction crew up, and they dug a fucking thing down. Or dug a trench down in the creek to divert the water. But today, dude, they were fucking threatening me with, trespassing, and it's silly, right?
Yeah,
that's fucking nuts, dude.
You should have turned the table on them. Said, what's your name? It's you guys that are committing terrorist attacks, and I'm recording it, and I'm going to take it to the court.
You know what? I can't even say that. It was the lady on the phone who said that to me, and I like I said, I was on the toilet taking a shit. I couldn't record it right then. But the guy who came out to turn the water off, he was a dick, but it wasn't you got to see the video. You can't blame workers for the corporation's problem. You know what I mean?
Are you? Yeah. So pass it to us later.
It's uploading. It's uploading right this second. I will definitely send it to you. But
right, cool.
I just thought it was hilarious that I got accused of violating anti-terrorism laws. So I guess that means I'm a terrorist.
Yeah. So I watched a documentary called "What the Health." In this documentary, the guy describes.
Oh, that was fucked.
Yeah, segments in the law that tells you that videotaping animal abuse in some of these mass meat producing corporations is a terrorist act.
It depends on which companies you film.
Yeah, if it's a little one, it's okay, but if it's one of the big ones, then you're a terrorist. It's like, That's like saying you can kill this person, but you can't kill that one. Like, oh,
Check this out. What I've done my digging, I found out this water company, they have 100 customers that they charge $800 per season for, which is a year. So they have a revenue of $80,000 a year. There's no way they have lawyers to actually fucking do anything. They're just like, if somebody complains about their shitty service, because people are stupid. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but people are stupid. If you threaten them and you say you're violating terror laws and you're going to get a lawsuit, a lot of people will shut down and not care, right?
Yeah.
So they threaten that, like, and they barely make any money. So how are they going to actually try to do that?
Yeah, they're not. They're not going to do that. You should ring the FBI. That's what, do you know, no, you're in Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, special guest, eco-terrorist Josh of Junk News Network on the panel, folks.
I am a fucking eco-terrorist because I complained about a private water company polluting the fucking creeks here and fucking ruining my fucking property. Eco-terrorist.
Wow.
I've never in my life been called a terrorist before until today, and then once I got called that, I was like, "That's awesome."
Right, so I'm gonna say something now, and this is just me and my little maybe artistic sensibilities. But if you're being called a terrorist, just for your benefit, you might want to go behind and grab those dolls that you've got that look like they're hanging by the neck. You know, and say these are just here for storage. They're not.
But those are guitars hanging from walls with fucking some what are they called? Ventriloquist dolls. I collect them. It's a collection.
Oh. Okay, dude. I have to say, that's freaky as fuck. Having ventriloquist dolls. I mean, there's only one ventriloquist doll that counts, and that's Conky. So
Conky. There's a Groucho Marx doll up there from when I was 12 years old. I had to keep him. I've had it all my life, and it was Groucho Marx. I love Groucho Marx. The other one my old lady bought 2 years ago. She was trying to make it into a Conky, but it was all fucked up, and I just hung him there just to look freaky.
Okay.
Yo, Josh, my high school senior quote. You know how they have that shit.
I have no idea. I actually attended high school.
Okay, well, my high school senior quote is, everyone puts a little gets a quote next to their picture. My quote was a Groucho Marx quote. It was, "I woke up this morning with an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in there, I'll never know."
It was about his cock. You know it was.
Yes, I snuck in a cock joke as my high school senior quote. I'm quite proud of myself. I was quoting Groucho Marx as a young man.
See, all my inspiration I take today with you in Drunk News is from Groucho Marx because he was the originator of the cock joke. It's very subtle though. You never know it. It's very, very subtle cock jokes. I love it.
So what time is it over there? 10?
It's 10:04.
So all right. So what time is your fucking ass go to bed?
Probably in about 7 minutes.
Oh, all right. Damn, dude. You're on that old man schedule already.
I wake up early and I work. I got stuff to do that requires being up early in the morning. Dude, your camera's fucking up. We're getting pixel lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the back of Mars right now.
You just need a new fucking internet machine.
No, I just need to stop filming from the back of Mars secretly.
No, it's an internet machine. Oh no, you know what could be? It could be the iris in it. The iris is shitting out how that takes the pictures. I've seen that before in actual cameras.
Or it could be that he's router and Wi-Fi. Hey, favorite Groucho Marx line?
Suck my cock.
No, Dan?
I guess I guess my favorite one was the one I used in high school.
Oh yeah, my favorite line. It's from a film, and I can't tell you what film it is. It slipped my mind. They kicked somebody out who's been trying to get together with a rich woman, which Groucho is trying to get with. So he kicks him out and says, "And don't darken her towels again." Just that.
Wait a minute.
That was.
Kicks him out of the door and says, "And don't darken her towels again."
Oh, it's basically don't dirty
the towels.
No,
it's all sex jokes. It was about her roast beef lips. It's all sex.
That,
yeah,
I was about to say, is that a sexual joke?
Oh fuck yeah! Come on.
It's don't darken her doorstep again. Turned into an actual physical darkening of towels. Is it from the face? Is it from some other orifice? Who knows?
I want to say it's anal sex because how else would you darken the towels?
Oh, no.
Or period sex, you know.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Period sex or anal sex.
Great. I'm gonna pick one card for you if you're gonna stay on for this, Josh. That'd be cool.
All right, you got a minute, then I'm going to eat some dinner.
You fuck shit. All right, well, I'm gonna frickin'. All right, well, go fuck yourself then, asshole.
I'll wait for your card. Let me see this. Let me see your cards.
I've been shuffling this for a bit, and I'm gonna pick this. This basically is for everyone in the almost 40 people listening and watching. Thank you. That's cool. And thanks for liking and sharing, and even thumbs downing. That's cool, you too. So I've been shuffling this for like a solid 5 minutes. I'm just gonna pick one card randomly here. Look, I got this. I'm just gonna fucking cut this in half, and then go like this.
There's gonna be a card you pick out. I know it.
What? I'm just picking this card right here. Oh shit! Damn, this is a really wow, dude. I haven't picked this card in a long time. Look at that motherfucker.
I have no idea what change. What's that mean?
Look at that though. It's like a flat Earth model. Damn, dude.
It looked like an eyeball. It looked like an eyeball to me.
Look at that shit. That's badass.
That looks like an eyeball.
It's got like, oh shit. So it's got like it's got the whole. It's the there's in the middle of the triangle. There's a fucking yin yang symbol, and then around the triangle and the yin yang symbol in the center, there's a rainbow. And around the fucking rainbow, there's like zodiacal fucking lightning storms.
Can you show it again? But your camera is really crappy right now.
Your camera fucking sucks. I can't even see that in there.
So you need to talk whilst you're showing it, Dan.
No, click on his thumbnail right there. I'll bring it up full screen.
Oh,
I mean for the people out there.
Could you see this shit?
No, your camera fucking sucks. Really.
God damn it.
A little bit further away. A little bit further away.
A little better.
Yeah. This right here? That good?
Yeah.
Yeah, your camera fucking sucks.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. I'll get it. I'll buy a new fucking laptop within the year. Okay, Jesus Christ.
We'll get you a $3,000 MacBook. George Soros is going to sponsor you though.
Awesome. I'm down. I'm down for that. All right, so this is going to be a major card. This is going to be a very major card. So let's see here. We got
Did the same people who made the cards write the book?
No, it's this right here.
Yeah, but the same people who designed the cards, do they write the book themselves too?
Yeah, it's Osho's writings. Yes.
I'm ignorant. I'm just asking questions.
No, dude. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's Osho's writings. Yes. All right. Yeah, Osho is a man of many names. He was also called the sex guru, Bhagwan Rajneesh, and a whole bunch of other names.
I've heard them.
But here goes. The symbol in this card is an enormous wheel representing time, fate, karma. Oh, fuck, dude. This is for all of you. So, galaxies spin around this constantly moving circle. Huh. Interesting. And the 12 signs of the zodiac appear on its circumference. That's true. That is the flat Earth. There is a zodiac where the flat Earth is a zodiacal fucking above us. That's what the stars are, is the zodiac symbol above us. Just inside the circumference are the 8 trigrams of the I Ching. Interesting. And even closer to the center are the 4 directions.
Can you explain it to me? What the fuck is the triangles of the I Ching?
The I Ching is like probably one of the oldest Chinese philosophies. And what's up, dude? Come inside.
What is it about?
Yep. I have a guest who just came to the house, but
What's up, guest?
yeah,
Get some booze in you.
It's divination, Josh. So the I Ching or I Ching is a book of wisdom
go ahead.
and divination. It's awesome. It's a really cool book. It comes with
I'll be right back.
It comes with 2 really simple instructions: either throw coins or throw sticks. It tells you how to look at the coins and how to look at the sticks, depending on what you've thrown. So this is proper old world, you know, mystic, sorcerer magic shit. Depending on the results, you turn to a page. So we'll say number 64. You turn to page 64. It tells you a little bit of a story, but first you have to have a question. So you have a question, throw the thing, read the story. The story obviously has got nothing to do with your question, but boom, there comes the answer to your question right there, and it's so clear.
I like how you explain it. You're fucking really good at explaining it to dumb people, Antonio. Like you articulate it very well in the words.
It's how I tell it to myself, because I'm a dumbass. So I tell it to myself in a dumbass way. That's how it is, you know.
Well, if you could break it down easy so it's understandable, it makes more sense, right? Like if you understand them words.
Mm-hmm. But it's really simple. What it really is dissociation. So you're preoccupied with a thought and you want to know the answer, but you can't get away from thinking about it. So all of this procedure, all this reading and trying to take in the small script, you know, the cloud over the mountain rains into the rivers, whatever it says.
I try purposely not to read and think about things. I purposely try not to think.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of live. Like I found, like, you know, just trying to think about these things, it kind of drives your brain a little bit crazy thinking, right?
It does if you're not used to it. But if you know, it's like a horse. Your brain is like a horse. You know, would you like your horse to be just standing around eating grass? If so, cool. But if you like your horse to be running around, loving the breeze, then that's what it's going to do.
I'll give you that. I will definitely give you that one.
Right, I'm gonna go back and make my tea.
All right, I'm going to eat my fucking dinner. So, Antonio, I'm going to catch you again. We're going to get you on a drunk news stream because I like talking to you. You're a fucking smart guy.
Yeah, for sure. I loved it that time I came on with you guys. Yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool. So I look forward to it, man. Hasta luego. Enjoy your food.
Have a good night.
I'll be right back. Bye.
Peace out, dude. All right, so let's get back to that. Sorry about that. I just had to talk to my buddy real quick who just stopped over. What's up, fucking hanging out, chilling there, listening to some fucking music or something?
Just chilling. I got restless leg syndrome, so I just sort of rock sometimes because I think I do it when I sleep too.
I'm always moving my feet, man. My feet are always fucking rocking. Well, not always, but like fucking. Let's see here. So yeah, that card is quite fucking badass. So I'm pretty sure Antonio described what the fucking I Ching was. So I'm just gonna continue to go for the rest of those people. And Antonio, I hope he's fucking listening.
I didn't know that was written from Osho because years ago when I lived in Arizona in like somewhere around 2000, I had the I Ching also, and I did what it said, 3 coins, and I used 3.
All right, Antonio's back, I think.
Did you hear me, or did I get cut off?
I am back.
No, I heard you.
I'm back. And did I hear you say that you thought that the I Ching was written by Osho?
No, I didn't know that. I had the I Ching, and I came across it just because I was into that stuff at the time, and I remember with the 3 lines, they're either broken or unbroken. Yeah. And I did it with coins. I didn't have the actual ones. I just used 3 pennies, and so I remember that.
It's not written by Osho. It's thousands of years old. It was possibly written by Lao Tzu, but they don't know.
Oh, okay.
Lao Tzu, one of the old Tzu, or Tzi, Chinese guys. Yeah. It's an old thing.
It means the book of change, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of if you can find like old versions of the I Ching, oh, those are absolute gems. Like, dear God, they're probably worth a fuckload. I'm gonna have to look into that shit actually. So I'm gonna keep going with this. So just inside the circumference are the 8 trigrams of the I Ching, and even closer to the center are the 4 directions, each illuminated by the energy of lightning. That's interesting because like maybe there's like a lightning magnetic field around Mount Meru in the North Pole. That's why can't we get in there or other things. But the spinning triangle is at this moment pointed upward toward the divine. And the Chinese symbol of yin and yang, male and female, creative and receptive, lies at the center. It has often been said that the only unchanging thing in the world is change itself. Life is continuously changing, evolving, dying, and becoming reborn. All opposites play a part in this vast circular pattern. If you cling to the edge of the wheel, you can get dizzy. Move towards the center of the cyclone and relax, knowing that this too will pass. Life repeats itself mindlessly. Unless you become mindful, it will go on repeating like a wheel. That's why Buddhists call it the wheel of life and death, the wheel of time. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. It moves like a wheel. Birth is followed by death, followed by birth. Love is followed by hate. Hate is followed by love. Success is followed by failure. Failure is followed by success. Just see. If you can watch just for a few days. If you can watch just for a few days. Hold on. If you can watch just for a few days, you will see a pattern emerging. A wheel pattern. One day, a fine morning, you are feeling so good and so happy. And another day, you are so dull, so dead that you start thinking of committing suicide. And just the other day, you were so full of life, so blissful that you were feeling thankful to God, that you were in a good mood of deep gratefulness. And today there is great complaint, and you don't see the point. Why one should go on living? And it goes on, but you don't see the pattern. Once you see the pattern, you can get out of it. Yeah, see the pattern, get out of it. See the pattern, get out of it. Yeah. Oh, I know. Antonio sees the pattern. I know he's taking himself out of it. I know Hangout sees a pattern. I know he's taking himself out of it. Have you seen the pattern? Do you see the pattern of my pixelated face because I'm on the back of Mars right now? But yeah, that was a nice card. I enjoyed that. Oh yeah. Shit! And there's a fucking there's the point upwards triangle right there. And what album cover is that? Let me know. Dude, you're on mute. Sorry, bro. My bad.
My bad. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. The name of the band is called the Mahavishnu Orchestra. Maybe Antonio might remember. The name of the song is called Visions of the Emerald Beyond. And this was released in, like, I don't know. Back in the 70s, they were into this shit. 75. So what drew me to it was, like, you know, they were into that Eastern stuff. And the guy actually changed his name. His name is John McLaughlin. He's one of the greatest guitarists ever. And he changed his name to Mahavishnu. And he actually followed a guru. And he, like, one of those. You ever heard of Prabhupada? You've heard of Srila Prabhupada? He rewrote the Bhagavad Gita, like the most untouched version. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. I'm not just preaching at nothing here, guys. No, like, this guy's nuts. All right. So they were into that stuff. So there was that. There's another one. This one's called Birds of Fire. Okay, you can even tell by these song titles. This is my favorite one. This is my absolute favorite album by them. In fact, this one's worth money. It's called The Inner Mounting Flame. Okay, the name of the song, The Meeting of the Spirits. If you haven't heard this song, dude, look up a live version. And Billy Cobham plays drums on it. It's one of my favorites. Vital Transformation, The Dance of Maya, Awakening, You Know, Dawn, and here's another one, Apocalypse. But they usually have a poem.
Keep talking.
They have a poem, and so here's the poem on here by Sri Chinmoy, who is what's his name was into it too, believe it or not, Carlos Santana. But the poem in here goes, within, without, the cosmos wide am I. In joyful sweep, I loose forth and draw back all. A birthless, deathless spirit that moves and is still, ever abides within to hear my call. I who create on earth my joys and doles, to fulfill my matchless quest in all my play. I veil my face of truth with golden hues, and see the serpent night and python day. A consciousness bliss I feel in each breath. I am the self-amorous child of the sun. At will I break and build my symbol sheath, and freely enjoy the world's unshadowed fun.
Wow.
Yeah, it's some pretty deep stuff, man. The music really, there's no singing in the music. Like, and I don't know if maybe Antonio, if you are familiar with jazz fusion. Not talking about jazz, but the '70s jazz fusion that was kind of a hybrid. After Miles Davis, all of his students basically became really influenced by what was going on in rock, like a lot of progressive rock, Genesis, and they were like, wow, they wanted to do that, but like, we're jazz guys. But meanwhile, the rock guys were like, we want to play like the jazz guys. So there was this in-between genre that never really got any credit because it was too rock for jazz, but too jazz for rock. So it ended up being this really strange divide.
Yeah,
and out of this...
Yeah, you had the jazz purists poo-pooing it because it wasn't pure jazz. So, yeah, I can see. And it wasn't rock enough. So, yeah.
Yeah. And out of this small splinter came like this amazing music. Return to Forever was another one or The Weather Report. You know, Jaco Pastorius, I don't know if you know his story. They made a movie about him. They say he was the greatest bass player ever. He basically died. He was beaten to death because he had bipolar disorder and didn't know how to handle it. They didn't have a diagnosis for it yet. You know, and he came off as arrogant. He wasn't really being arrogant. He was just he was awkward, you know, and somebody beat him to death in a bar. His like eyeball came out, and it said at the end of his life, he was literally homeless in New York City playing the bass. All he wanted to do was play a gig, and meanwhile, here's the greatest bass player that ever lived playing for change in New York City simply because he just couldn't put anything together. He was, you
know,
but
if Tesla hadn't been taken in by the guys who had ran the Waldorf in New York, he would have been homeless. He would have ended his days homeless. The same with Antoni Gaudí, the guy who designed a lot of Central Barcelona's amazing, crazy architecture. They're like, I don't know if you know this. There's architecture in Barcelona that defies logic. Like you've got it's got this huge, it's a tall building, so it has this huge court area for light to the internal rooms, and the light on the ground floor is the same as the light on the top floor because of how the windows were built and how he angled ledges. So the guy was an absolute genius. Was not an educated or an academic architect. He just built things. The Japanese bought some of the buildings in the 1990s. The Japanese bought some of the buildings in Spain and sent their engineers to dismantle them and carry them to Germany. You know, until they get the small. But this guy died. Same thing. People thought he was a beggar. He was run over by a tram, and they didn't know who he was. It just, Yep.
You know what this proves? You know what this says to me? Just like you said about Tesla. It's like the world gives us people that literally, like you said, they're uneducated. Like, you know that Tesla didn't use blueprints. He would just think of something and just fucking build it. You know, he wasn't like what took other guys a million trial and errors. Like you said, Tesla created things that defied logic, just based on, he didn't leave a lot of, he didn't have a lot of blueprints. He just built the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And so there you go. These like idiot savant, almost geniuses that are so, and the world gives these people, and we fucking murder them. We just like throw them to the side like trash and murder them, and then we want to recognize them 50 years after their death, and that seems to be the pattern.
And instead, we glorify people who can't speak and can't write, like Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, right. Because he's just so, I'm not even sure if that's a person. I still think that's just a Google DeepMind hooked up to a body.
Well, there was the original. There was the original guy who has his history, his kind of natural, normal history. He studied in Cambridge and so on, but that guy died. And instead of him dying and there being a big, oh, this guy died, which, let's face it, he didn't bring us anything great. There's nothing great that he brought to physics. It's just a celebrity. Like, oh, look, he figured out that you could rewind time in order to be able to describe how the Big Bang might have happened. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's still a fantasy. But when he died, he didn't have a big funeral and mourning. They just replaced him with another puppet, because the guy who's playing Stephen Hawking now is not the original guy.
Yeah. And
so,
no one will attack the guy in a wheelchair too. That's what works out perfect, because he's handicapped. So there's only so much shit you can talk about somebody that's in a wheelchair, and that's why he's the perfect fall guy.
Yeah,
and that's why it works out perfect. It's just.
And the thing is, he might have started off as a physicist, as a theoretical physicist, but like you said, now it's more of a Google psyop, Illuminati puppet. Literally, now that's what this is. The guy died, and now he's being replaced with this other organic human guy who's crippled to fuck.
I know, it's so crazy that we believe, that we really think that's so nuts. Oh my god. I gotta laugh because I would have been believing it too. That's why I have to. It's like I read
time. I read A Brief History of Time. Had to put it down a lot because it got to points where it's like, dude, my brain's gonna overheat. But I read.
So it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
I have like 2 versions of the book. I think I have the original first edition.
Yeah, so it gets to a point where he's describing black holes, okay, and how black holes have so much pulling, so much gravitational pull, that information can go in, but data can escape. Like, for instance, the data about how fast the information is falling in. It's like,
well, I thought that light can escape black holes, but information is the only thing that could escape the black holes.
Okay, so that's it. No, but he broke it down to data and information.
Right.
Okay, and it breaks down to data is like the data packets, and information is like the stream. So the data falls in like specifics, but you can derive the information like at what rate the data is falling in. That's like. This is bullshit. This is
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Nonsense. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then
these are the top people that are worshipped, Hangout. These are the top people that are fucking worshipped.
Oh, what makes me laugh is because I could see how someone could get extremely distracted by this.
Totally. Are you kidding me? I spent years of my life trying to figure out what the fuck these assholes are talking about.
And now it turns out they're literally talking gibberish. Like really.
Did you see the video of who the fuck was it? Was it no, this is a different guy here. Is this no, it's not Neil deGrasse Tyson. Who was? Oh, it was Michio Kaku. And Michio Kaku said, he's like, no. He's like, listen, I've been a physicist in this field for decades. He's like, listen, I don't know anybody in my field who practices the scientific method.
Yes, because he's a theoretical physicist, of course.
Did you
Oh,
see
so
that
he's
video?
basically admitting. He's like, yeah, we're just playing around bullshit. He's basically
Okay,
admitting. It's like, yeah, we're just.
I'm going to my Facebook page and I'm fucking finding this because this video is golden.
That's
Yes,
what it sounds like. It sounds like an intellectual way of admitting that we're all full of shit.
yeah,
Like, yeah, we just shoot a bunch of bullshit off each other, and whatever sticks is what we go with.
yeah. Whatever kind of makes sense, appears to make sense. Like, yeah, why not? Okay. Brilliant. I'm going to mirror that.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it real quick. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah. But it really is. It is just so much just straightforward bullshit. I mean, come on, let's face it. When we were on the globe and we used to think about the Big Bang, we used to think nothing. We used to think black, and then poof, explosion, and then explosion very big. Okay, but that's what we used to think. We didn't think, wait a second, the original black isn't possible. That bit is like, no, that doesn't happen. It's not like a book where it starts off once upon a time, but there's an outside of the book. No, this is something that is outside of the outsideness. Like, nope, not possible. Sorry, just incompatible with reality. So, yeah,
Hey.
and that's how.
That's this thing that repeats, right? That's the latest one. Is that the Big Bang? There was nothing. Well, no, there was a bunch of nothing, and then it all just congealed into a hot ball of something. It exploded, and it's expanding. But now, eventually, it's going to slowly come back and do it all again.
Yes,
and
but all of that,
I mean, a couple of variables different, but you pretty much got it. Yeah.
And then somebody else will figure it out.
The reason
not worth correcting something that's not real.
Yeah, no. The reason for the recurring Big Bang, because there's the two complete things. There's the old traditional bullshitters, which say, oh, it was a Big Bang. And there's the new bullshitters, which say, look, dude, you can't have an instance of nothingness from which something happened. So it must have been everything started to happen, then collapsed, then started again, then collapsed ad perpetuity, going back all the way. In fact, it's turtles all the way down. That's what it is. They just
here's a random bit of news. It's Eric Dubé's birthday, so if you have a chance, go wish him a happy birthday. He just replied back to my message and said thank you, Daniel.
Oh, how old is he? How young is he?
Dude, he's only fucking like 35 or 36 years old.
That's crazy, man. I'm getting old.
Nah,
he's so young.
There's no such thing.
I just turned 32, so I mean, I was like, damn, dude, Dubé's only like 35 or 36. I'm like, damn, dude, that's good. Good. I hope to be in as good in shape as he is in 3 or 4 years. And I mean, I'm in decent shape, but good dear God, I'm 20 pounds overweight, and I have a lot of things to work on. I'm certainly, it's never an end game. Never just happy with yourself. I mean, you should. I am happy with my where I'm at now and my portly, chunky belly, and I'm very comfortable with my body and with myself and with and I still have my own personality quirks, my own issues that I'm always trying to improve, but at the same time, there's only so much you can do, and so much self-improvement and there's only so much intelligence increasing you can do. I mean, sheesh, Dan, how much can you really do?
Dan, you've just outlined a really simple way for people to identify you as not a narcissist.
Why do you say that?
Because you've just said, I'm always trying to, there are things about myself I'm trying to improve on. There's like an endless things, but that is something that a narcissist would never say. So I'm going to say it right now. There's a shitload of stuff. I could be tidier. I could be more productive. A whole bunch of stuff. This is one of the things narcissists won't do. They can't. They can't say that they need to improve in any way because they're perfect, and you can't improve on perfection. So for anybody out there who wants to see a simple way of establishing whether or not somebody's a narcissist, ask them, hey, how could you improve? And what do you mean improve? I don't. That if they do that, then there you go. It's a simple one.
Like I don't know. I mean, I can even go further. I still have jealousy issues. I still have insecurities, and
Dan, do you want me to cure your jealousy issues by just telling you a little story of something that I propose you do, but really only in thought? Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine.
Yes.
That you meet a really lovely, really beautiful prostitute, and she continues to be a prostitute. No, imagine.
Hold on. You broke up for a second. Imagine I meet what?
A really lovely and beautiful prostitute. Just imagine a woman who's beautiful and lovely and is a prostitute. Okay?
I have met a prostitute, but I've never been with a prostitute. Let me make that clear.
Okay, well, this is different. This is you meet a woman. She's lovely. You like her. She likes you. She's beautiful. She really likes you. And she's a prostitute. And she continues to be a prostitute. That's how she pays her bills. That's her job. Okay? That would fix your jealousy issue.
I guess so.
It would.
I guess so.
And
it
now,
really would.
Now, if you just, I did this myself because I used to have jealousy issues when I was getting a bit fucking gaslighted by fucking, but anyway, people way in my history. And I did this little thought experiment. And I thought, oh shit, yeah, actually, it's pretty silly, the jealousy bit. It's silly. Let's not do that. Is. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've recently cured it. I just started laughing. Like I thought I just started thinking about it, and I just started laughing, just at how ridiculous I've been lately with just certain jealousy things, mental blockades, and it's like I'm creating these issues that don't exist. So I just started laughing for like a minute, and then I felt good. I've been feeling good for the past couple of days, and yeah, it's good.
That's good.
Yeah, and it's like I'm slowly getting out of my obsession with the truth. Like, did you hear that truth quote that I read earlier, Antonio?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit was good. And I mean, I love the truth, but like, that passion, that enrage and anger and curiosity, that's great. Everyone should possess that. I'm really good at possessing that stuff. But it gets to the point where it's like the moth and the flame. Like if you touch the flame, so like it's like the end of the last Indiana Jones movie. Yes, I understand there were aliens in the pyramid and that you all were upset at that, okay? But guess what? What happened to the girl when she wanted to know everything? I want to know everything. What do those aliens do? They're like, all right, I'll let you know everything. And then she was incinerated in a fucking instant, wasn't she?
Uh-huh.
And so you might want to back off from that a little bit. I've experienced that at Essalon, where I'm like, oh, like there's like no different. Like my fear is the same thing as the love that I see around me, and oh my God, it's all combined, and I'm about to be murdered, and it doesn't. The whole thing is some sort of weird universal intelligence test, and will you pass it? I hope you do. I'll help you cheat. I'll cheat with you. Reality is what you can get away with. I'll help you get away with certain bits of reality, as long as you're not a fucking dolty, heliocentric dick worshiper. Just don't do that type of stuff. Don't deny reality and be a delusional hypocrite. You can be a hypocrite. Be a hypocrite. But don't be a delusional hypocrite. For fuck's sake.
Yes.
There's a lot of dick worshippers on flat Earth, though. I just figured I'd put that out there. There's plenty of dick worshippers on flat Earth.
Uh-huh. This is, you know, just in this hangout, something's dawned on me, okay? If we look back throughout history, we see humanity, we see lots of humanity believing stuff that wasn't true. Various different stuff, you know, series, a whole compendium of things that were not true that they believed, okay? But now this is like the only time, in terms of a broad scope humanity, that we know that we've been living under stuff that was not true. Because all those guys, there might have been 1 or 2 or even 1,000 who knew that stuff was not true, but the bulk of them didn't. They didn't know that it was not true. So people in the 1960s in the US, in the UK, they didn't know all this stuff was not true. The vast bulk, there was no mass conscious, sudden, you know, scales falling from your eyes kind of, oh shit, we've been believing bullshit throughout history. There hasn't been, in a way, a realization like, dude, what the fuck? We've been living, and all through our history, all our ancestors were living illusions. That's why this stuff is important. Because we're like, oh, dude, you know, this is the first time a big chunk of humans have realized that their ancestors have been living under illusions. And all the time before us, no, this hasn't happened before. To choose your point in time, they've never realized that their predecessors were living under illusions.
What you see is just illusions.
Yeah.
What you see
You
is,
know, that
what's
brings
up,
up that brings up some, you know, like for instance, when I'm a musician, I love music, and a lot of people love different forms of art. But looking back, like you said, in the last 50 to 100 years, so much of the music, this whole space thing is like, they didn't know, right? I mean, it's oriented, it's in there, it's in the poetry, it's used metaphorically in songs. Am I supposed to, like the Beatles had, you know, what's that song? And the eyes in his head see the world spinning. They didn't know. Did they know the world wasn't spinning, or did they just? It's just fucking programming. You know,
they might have known because they spent time with the Indian guru, so they might have known that the world is not spinning.
Yeah, that's the thing. And they spend time in Esalen too.
There's so much of it I have to just chalk to just, you know, way into the lyrics and music.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So a lot of it I have to chalk off to just inadvertent. It just went along. It wound up in songs and lyrics just as a byproduct, not as necessarily a focal point, just a byproduct to present a point of insignificance or whatever. You know, like pick the song and you know, we could dissect the theme. My point is do I not like that music anymore? Am I supposed to? I can't force myself to not like it. But what I'm not mad at the music. I'm mad at the fact that, yes, like you said, some of our ancestors were disillusioned. You have this cancer of shit that's left over from behind from people that they didn't know. You can't get mad at people that just lived and died and didn't know. You just got to count yourself as lucky to have known. Because if I didn't stumble on this, I'd still be a space guy. I'd still be waiting to colonize Mars.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
You know, I won the lottery, and as far as I'm concerned, you know, I'm not any brighter than, you know.
Dude, you've just hit the nail on the head. Before, was it? No, it was after 9/11. But in the early 2000s, okay. Yeah, in the early to mid 2000s, they had here on British radio on a station called Talk Sport. Okay, they would talk all kinds of debates, conspiracies, all kinds of stuff. They had a group of people called Project Merlin, and Project Merlin are a group of futurists. And what they do is they advise governments, corporations, universities, all kinds of different things regarding the future. So they were explaining how they do what they do. And the DJ asked them, the host said, oh, hey, so what's going to happen at 2012? And they said, well, this is a curious thing. When we look at any individual person, we see that we can only go up to December 2012, and after that, we can't predict. We're limited to 2012. But en masse, we can make a prediction en masse that what will happen after 2012 will be the equivalent to either being hit by a bus or winning the lottery on an individual basis. And you've just hit the nail on the head. We flat earthers are the ones who feel like we won the lottery. The globelings who are engaged with us, they feel like they've been hit by a bus. And it's just going to carry on. This is all the post-2012 world that the Mayans were discussing and trying to warn and get us ready to celebrate. This is what the Mayans are doing.
Yeah, I agree. I did kind of get the sense that it's biblical, and I don't mean in the terms of specifically the Bible, because I'm not a. But what I'm saying is, it just has that, like I used to think about what is the thing that like makes one person capable of getting this and one person not. And at first I thought, is it an IQ thing? No, because I've seen really smart people that I thought were gonna get it. Some of my closest friends, when I admitted to them and I gave them a couple of videos that I knew would at least get them open, just immediate ridicule. And some other people that I just thought were gonna laugh at me ended up getting it. Like the least, some people that I didn't suspect got it. Like, or I found out that they stumbled on it themselves. I'm like, holy shit, you can't tell.
It really is like a lottery. It was like there was some other consciousness deciding who was going to be allotted a winning ticket.
Yeah, and you know, there's something that you knew. I mean, there's something that makes me feel this whole time that my entire life was waiting for this.
Yeah,
like I knew, like I knew that.
So now I'm going to ask you and Dan the same question, because you've just made me realize something else. Before the flat Earth, I had a laughing fit. I had this crazy high laughing fit when it hit me that the place really was flat. Okay, I really did. I was struggling. I'm saying, but no. The moon, when seen from the north and from the south, and then I looked at my ceiling and I said, look, if I'm here or if I'm over there on this flat plane, dude. And that was it. Okay, I mean, I've watched a shitload of videos and done a lot of thinking. That was my last clinging to it was the moon, and then it just crumbled, and I just had this wave of of manic laughter. I was just clutching my stomach, laughing, and the laughter was the release from the tension I'd felt all my life that there was something fucking wrong. There's something fucking wrong somewhere, and I don't know what it is. Is it this conspiracy? No. And is it this one? Once you get adults and you start looking into conspiracies, it's like, what the fuck? There's something fucking wrong. That's what was fucking wrong. It's like, brilliant. What do you guys think? Do you have a feeling that there was something fucking deeply fucking wrong and you couldn't put your finger on it, so you tell yourself you're paranoid?
I'm gonna say something really quick, and then I'm gonna hand it off to Hang now. You hit the nail on the head there. I mean, that's the staircase of disbelief, and everyone goes through different levels and starts at different levels and different stairs on the stairway to heaven, and or stairway to hell, whichever pathway you're on. And and for me, it was a lot easier because I was already questioning. I mean, I already knew the moon landings were jokes. You know, that shit was a joke, and I was already questioning gravity in 2009, like publicly to my friends, like even my roommate who I live with right now. I was questioning gravity with him and his roommate in 2009, and they were like, "Dude, you're questioning Einstein's relativity and fucking gravity, dude. Like, what are you even trying to do here?" And like that right there in 2009, late 2009, really spurred me on. I was like, oh, I'm like, gravity is not the same. They were trying to tell me that gravity is the same, and I'm like, no. I'm like, in the current model, the heliocentric model, the Earth's gravity is different than the moon's gravity. So if the moon's gravity is 1/6 that of the Earth's gravity, and Jupiter has its own gravity pull, and the sun has its own gravity pull, then all these different gravities are fucking different. So you can't tell me that gravity is the same. So they're like, dude, you're trying to like question gravity in Einstein in 2009. And I sat on that for a year. I did ungodly amounts of. That's when I truly started to study the old classical model of physics, and then I compared it the 4 fundamental forces: strong, the weak, electromagnetic, and the gravity, supposedly the one that doesn't exist, and which is the weakest one which they admit to. So then I had to compare that to the new the new standard model. And that was in like 2009, 2010, 2011. And that's when I came across Fibonacci and Alan Watts and Terence McKenna and all these people at the same, and Osho and Krishnamurti. Well, Krishnamurti was a lot before then.
Krishnamurti, wow, Jake, yeah, good stuff.
And so like I just been blasting through all of the. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna waste my life like all of these people do around me. Everyone's wasting their lives. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these people who have spent their entire lives, Joseph Campbell, Tim Leary, studying these Ram Dass, studying these specific topics. Albert Hoffman, fucking all these. It's like they spent their entire lives in their subject, in their field. Okay, well, I'm going to study all of these specific people and what did they accomplish and what did they do. Who talks about who makes fun of who. You have your own hobbies. You want to skateboard, watch fucking football, jerk off to porn every fucking day of your life. Your hobbies are your hobbies. I'm not going to fucking judge you. My hobbies are figuring out which people are friends with which other people. I know it's a very low level consciousness thing. Low minds talk about what? Things. People. Mediocre minds talk about people, and great minds talk about ideas. So I know, but here, I talk about ideas every day in my fucking life. My hobby is to sync up and disconnect the dots and then reconnect the dots between all of these people who I revere in my life, who I respected in my life. Nassim Haramein. I'm like, dude, I'm going to become like this guy. I'm just going to be fucking homeless in the back of his van for fucking 10 years, like this guy that I thought that I respected and loved and revered.
Thinking. 10 years in the back of his van, thinking.
Exactly, and putting together, and I think I'm something special because I know a new heliocentric model of a vorticular spinning model, and I think I'm special because I'm making fun of other heliocentrists back in 2012, 2013. Hey, look, I'm a heliocentrist, and I'm making fun of other heliocentrists because I know about this vortex spinning model, and you guys think you're all a fucking sun here and spinning around like a cartoon fucking 3-year-old fucking model. Look at you little cartoon guys, and I'm making fun of the heliocentrist when I'm a heliocentrist in 2013. And then I've been questioning this shit since 2007, and I'm putting this all together for a long time. My mom's friends are all lawyers, and they're all saying to me, that's all good and fine and dandy, Dan, but you're trying to figure out the cosmological truths of the universe, but what is it actually doing are you actually doing anything with your life? And I'm like, so...
You know, the only people who ask that question are people who want you to marry their daughters.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you're probably right about that, Antonio. She's one of my mom's best friends, and she's a great person, and but it's interesting though. Like, and she's like taking offense to. I'm like, I don't know. I've fed the homeless. I've taught many children bad social misfits, foreign kids who can barely speak English, I've done a lot of things in my life. I don't really talk about it too much, but if you want to know, I can go on further about it.
Dan,
it's just like, it's weird.
Dan, do you know the name of the Indian guru who walked from India to London and had an audience with the Queen?
I don't.
I forget his name. There was an Indian guru who walked, not with bags of gold, just walked to England before Gandhi and all of. He walked to England to discuss things with the monarch. And he walked to England and they housed him and just walked. No money, nothing. So when people say, oh, how are you going to pay your bills? Say, well, depends on whether or not I want to have bills. If I don't want to have bills, there's a variety of different ways, including monasteries. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a whole
you could just go to a silent retreat and sit there silently.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, man. I actually just, I mean, it's like, for Christ's sake, I just got invited to go fucking to Europe. It's like,
I spent a number of years considering joining a monastery. I was thinking of a Franciscan, being a Franciscan friar, because they have a whole bunch of nothing but just sit and meditate and think. And, you know, gardening and arranging of books and reading. And
You know of Rupert Sheldrake, right, Antonio?
Yeah.
So I just learned that he was living in some sacred portal vortex place in India, by the rivers of Babylon or wherever the hell he was. But yeah, it's interesting because like that guy, the Berkeley scientist comedian that I debated, he came over to my house and we were smoking a joint together. And he was checking out my book collection, and we were going through my books and shit. And he was a little bit nervous when I showed him my Freemason book collection, and he started to question what do you think the Freemasons are all about? And so it's interesting. But then we're going through my other books, and I'm showing my Einstein and Hawking and I'm like, oh, here's Rupert Sheldrake. What do you think about him? I'm like, oh, I love Rupert Sheldrake. He's like, I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how do you not like Rupert Sheldrake? Like,
because Rupert Sheldrake points out flaws in their ideas. That's what he does. He says, the gravitational constant. You can measure it. You can measure it with equipment. All you need is to have, say, 10 kilos, and they're very sophisticated, and locally engineering departments are very good. So you can get a really accurate scale and measure this weight, and just measure it day in, day out. If one day it weighs more than the others or less than the others, then it's not freaking constant. And that's what happens in the real world. So for anybody who says cannabis, always weigh it on a Wednesday. I'm joking. It's not true. You know, don't weigh it on Wednesday because it's gonna. Yeah, but weights aren't constant. So this gravitational constant, it really is just an idea, and it turns out that it's false.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's unfalsifiable. I get it now. It's unfalsifiable. So therefore, it's like the imaginary dragon. It's unfalsifiable. Doesn't make it true.
Yeah, no. But the thing is, it is falsifiable. The theory isn't, because they can just tweak it. But in practice, you can take 10 kilos and weigh them continuously, day in, day out, different times of the day, and there will be fluctuations in the weight. There should not be any fluctuations in the weight. But then they will say, well, what it is more pressure or less pressure where you are. You know, due to the climatic. They'll find some excuse. That's what they do. They all find an excuse.
Yeah, just like with the North Pole. Like they say that you weigh slightly less at the North Pole, and they're going to say that's the only centrifugal. That's due to centrifugal. That's the only little bit, but it's really just barometric pressure. You just weigh less. You do happen to weigh a little bit less at the North Pole, but also there's an entirely different barometric pressure up there. So
yeah, but there's a thing. You should not weigh less at the North Pole. You should weigh more.
I mean, way more. I meant. I'm sorry. I think I might have said it backwards. I think you actually do weigh, but it's such a small amount. But if you did, I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense because.
But with the gravitational constant, which is also what keeps us from flying off. You know how everybody has their questions they ask the teachers when we were taught about the globe? My question was, why don't people fly off? I know that if I spin something, it's going to pull. You know, I know if you spin a wet ball, water's going to fly off. In fact, I said that to my teacher. Why don't people fly off? And she said, gravity. It's like, okay. And it's like, wait a second. So they don't fly off because of gravity. So gravity's pulling them that way. But these guys here aren't flung off because of the spin.
Yeah, why aren't they flat?
Why? Yeah, the same force is pulling these guys to counter that centrifugal force. These guys should be freaking squished. How? But you know, that's not for today's lesson. So
right, yeah, like there, yeah. They say that, but they'll actually use that. They'll say, oh well, you do weigh a little bit more at the North Pole.
Oh,
they'll say that that's because of it, and it's like, what are you fucking kidding me?
It's like just go weigh yourself.
Yeah, right. And you can't prove that anyway, but they will say that. They'll say, well, actually, you do weigh a 0.1%.
Just go weigh yourself. Go weigh yourself with a fucking really sensitive scale and prove it to me, okay? Go in one of those museums.
The helioheads will hold on to shit like that.
Fucking planets weigh.
There will also in those water goes the opposite way in the southern hemisphere. No, it doesn't. In the studio, we have two toilets that back onto each other, and they spin the opposite way to each other.
Yeah.
And come on, like, meter away. I don't know. Bullshit.
I love it. I love
how. You guys, listen. Yeah. I was in a museum in Los Angeles, and they have all the planets, and they have a scale in front of all the planets, and you can go and on in front of all the planet scales and see how much you weigh on each planet, and it was really fun. It was really cute, and it's like, here's the thing: you haven't been to the planets. So how do you know what you weigh on the planets? And so please don't tell me what I weigh on the planets on Earth, unless I'm on those planets. But I thought that was interesting. But you were talking about meditation, and Christian was talking about never mind. Yeah, he was talking about something earlier. But I have a very interesting. I picked up a first edition here of Osho's meditation, meditation, the art of ecstasy, and I picked up a first edition here, and going through chapter 2 here, I noticed some dialectical talk from Osho, so I figured I would read a couple of passages, since the most complex flat earthers are the ones who talk about dielectric energy. Or movement in inertia or whatever. Earth is apparently a dialectic plane of infinite inertia, which I sort of said in one of I didn't say dialect. Actually, I might have. I don't even know. But Osho's talking about it right now, and I'm going to read a few paragraphs. So spare me a minute here. So this is chapter 2. Non-doing through doing, and it says meditation is always passive. The very essence of it is passive. It cannot be active because the very nature of it is non-doing. If you are doing something, your very doing disturbs the whole thing. Your very doing, your very activeness creates the disturbance. Non-doing is meditation. But when I say non-doing is meditation, I do not mean that you need not do anything. To achieve this non-doing, one has to do much. But this doing is not meditation. It is only a stepping stone, only a jumping board. All doing is just a jumping board, not meditation. Interesting. You are just on the door, on the steps. The door is non-doing. But to reach the non-doing state of mind, one has to do much. But one should not confuse this doing with meditation. Life energy works in contradictions. Life exists as a dielectric. It is not a simple movement. It is not flowing like a river. Interesting. Everyone says it's flowing like a river. That's fucking crazy. Osho says it's not flowing like a river. It is dielectrical. With each move, life creates its own opposite, and through the struggle with the opposite, it moves forward. This is powering me up. With each new movement, the thesis creates the antithesis. This and this goes on continuously. Thesis creating antithesis, being merged with antithesis, and becoming a synthesis that then becomes the new thesis. Then again, there is the antithesis. So once you create, you go back and forth through the, oh wow, this is crazy. But by a dialectical movement, it is not a simple straight movement. It is a movement divided unto itself, dividing itself, creating the opposite, then meeting with the opposite again, then again, dividing into the opposite. And the same thing applies to meditation, because it is the deepest thing in life. If I say to you, just relax, it is impossible because you do not know what to do. So many pseudo teachers of relaxation continue saying, just relax. Don't do anything, just relax. Then what are you going to do? You can just lie down, but that is not relaxation. The whole inner turmoil remains. So now a new conflict is there. To relax. Something over and above is added. The whole nonsense is there. The whole turmoil is there, with something added to relax. The new tension is now added to all the old tensions. So a person who is trying to live a relaxed life is the most tense person possible. By the way, you're listening to one of those people. He is bound to be, because he has not understood the dialectrical flow of life. He is thinking that life is straight flow. You can just tell yourself to relax and you will relax. It is not possible. So if you come to me, I will never tell you to just relax. First, be tense. As utterly tense as possible. Be tense totally. First, let your complete organism be tense. Being tense to the optimum, to your fullest possibility. And then, suddenly, you will feel a relaxation setting in. You have done whatsoever you could do. Now the life energy will create the opposite. Woo! I can go on and on and on, but that was fucking good. How do you guys feel after that? Let me hear your thoughts.
I feel very, very tense now.
Yes. No, do you know what it made me think? Yeah, when you said about the river and it not flowing, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to boil this down into short words for myself. So meditation, join in at any point in this cycle, okay? If you want to meditate, think riverly or experience riverly, oceanly, cloudly. So going from oceanly to cloudly when you're like, what's going on? Oh, I'm a cloud now. Cloudly, rainly, and then either riverly or irrigationally. And if you go irrigationally, sooner or later you get to a root and you're fucked. So try to avoid the irrigationly one. There you go. So river, ocean, cloud, rain, river, ocean, cloud. So that might be why sometimes you have really deep, profound meditation. Another time, really airy and drifty. There, works for me.
I want to tell you what I think, Dan. The whole thing about relaxation, and it kind of comes back to what you were saying before about your relatives, because it's one of the things that it's always made me feel like I had a bit in common with you, and that's the aspect of having this family that has these different expectations on you. I grew up with that, with like, you know, while I would be exploring, be it my music or whatever, I've always been a big reader. I was big into. I would get passionate about topics, more passionate than a lot of people do, because I get excited about certain things in life, and their response would be just like your relatives would say. They would say things like, "That's great, but does it pay the bills?" Or, "Great, is that getting like how is that?" As if there was, and I'm not gonna lie. You know, I always felt like, yeah, maybe I'm missing out. Like I'm missing the fucking program. You know, everybody else has got their ducks in line, and I admit that I got no ducks. I don't even have ducks to put in line. Okay, and I'm not. And here's the thing. And there's this. I've struggled for a long time with this double think that I've had, and that is, I left behind a world like that. I never really truly walked away. I never let myself let it go completely. I always felt like the more that I pursued truth, the more I was letting the real world, well, everybody else, including my own friends, are all getting married. They're having kids. They're doing these things. Some of them went to college. They have these careers. And what do I do, bro? I'm 40 years old, and the only thing I'm good at is playing fucking guitar. And I would think about this, and it would bother me. It used to really bother me. It used to bother me that I wasn't where I should be at 40 years old. But I'm beginning to come to terms with I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at 40 years old. And I'm actually finally making like that peace with that. I wasn't meant to have, if I was meant to have a family and kids right now, and I'm not closing the door on the possibility for the future, but if I was meant to have one right now, I would. And if I had done that, most likely when I was 23, I'd probably be a miserable fuck, tossing and turning, trying every night, trying to please a woman that I don't love, knowing that I tossed away a dream that I know that I'll never have. I never tossed away that dream. And so maybe I just kept on, subconsciously, I kept putting things off. I kept putting things off. Well, maybe one day I'll get with the program. Maybe one day I'll get a career. Maybe one day I will. And time began to build up and build up. And yes, did it stress me out? Yeah, maybe that's why I would get hyper excited and talk fast, because I was never really comfortable in my own skin. But dude, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And as of late, I've been really, really learning. When you said relaxation, like I'm not talking about some dumbass cassette tape, some meditation tape or something like that. I'm talking about real internal spiritual relaxation. I'm finding that now. And that's, to me, it's just great. It's just beautiful.
You know, that's really sorry, Antonio. I just wanted to chime in on this because I did the total opposite of what he just said, because I got married at 19, had a child. By the time I was, we got married and had a child all in the same year. Give you the reason why we got married, but and not loving the woman, and it was just one of them things, and it went on for 8 years before she finally said, "That's it, I'm done." And I agreed with her. It was very mutual, and then moved on, and did what you normally do after a breakup: go out and have one night stand. One night stand lasted for 18 years. Again, fell right back to fell back into that same thing and never actually got to do what I felt I should be doing, which is I didn't start music until I was 21. So I understand where you're coming.
So now I'm going to say something, Christian. I've got pals who are my age, were in my class at school, and we go to school reunions once a year. And I see the people who were in my school, in my class at school, and I see the ones that are miserable, and I see the ones that aren't. And the ones that are miserable are also much older, even though they're my age. They're much older than the ones that are not miserable. Like really, they really are. And you've got people that are miserable and are married, and you've got people that are not miserable and are married. So it's not the marriage or the lack of marriage. It's the mystery, the amount of mystery that you tell yourself that you have to bear or that you consider. So I'm glad that you stopped, you know, the status anxiety, which is all part of the template that's made for you to not question the world and just be a productive little unit, you know. So it's good that people question it, because it really is just, you are considered a unit of energy by the elites. So they give you molds for you to fill. That's what that is.
And then they're like, whoa, this dude produces a lot more energy than we thought he could produce. Let's help him out and create even more energy than he ever thought possible, and totally corrupt him like Taylor Swift, even though she's totally been a joke her whole career. And there's these, it's just nonstop. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like, dude, these are energy units. Quick, let's monetize their channels.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they do. They monetize my freaking channel before I ever put an advert on it. Say, oh, we can make money from this. No, at least we're going to get some. We're going to leech some energy units out of this energy unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty sons of bitches.
Have you guys ever seen that, heard that song or seen that video by Tom Waits, who I Don't Want to Grow Up? Anyone ever heard that song or seen the video?
I don't.
Well,
how's it go?
Oh, you got to pull it up. You can't imitate Tom Waits, man. It's
I'll
exactly
show you
what it sounds like. Yeah, it's like, I can't imitate, but it's, I don't want to grow. He's got this raspy voice. I don't want to grow up. That's really what it is. Like, and he says, I mean, the whole song, it's a very simple, childish, I mean, you got to just pull it up. I don't want to grow up. And it's like literally, he's well. I'll tell you what it has to do with it, because he's like first of all, Tom Waits is much older than probably all of us, and he's saying straight up in the song, like, I don't want to fucking grow up, you know. And I realized, like, that's the truth, dude. That's like my life in a nutshell, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, I don't want whatever growing up is as defined by the people that have told me you got to grow up. I realized that I never really wanted to grow up. Whatever being an adult meant, whatever they define, you know, like, this is what being an adult is. It's like, I don't want no fucking part of that. I never really did. I still want to be, don't get me wrong, I still want to be a man. I still want to be a man. I still want to be a wise person. But I don't want that, which when I say growing up, I mean getting a bunch of bills that belong to a bunch of big things that I own, which I don't even know why I fucking own them when I don't even have the time to appreciate them. A big house, right? I mean, that's what it is. Growing up is getting in the rat race, get your cycles faster and bigger, where you think you're doing big things, make more money, and then when you make more money, you've got to buy bigger shit because you got to keep up with the fact that you have that money. Because nobody just gets a lot of money and just, you know, let's face it. Me, I get money in my pocket. I immediately want to spend it. I know that that's programming too. I'm aware of that. If I get $600 or $700 in my pocket, that's not real money. But if I get, you know what I'm saying, if I have $1,000 in my pocket, I know I could probably do something more responsible with that money. I know that. And so I have to make a conscious effort to say, okay, let me not do something dumb, and I'll tuck it away into a book or something. I'm seriously, like, that's how basic level I have to approach my own programming. Because I know that as soon as I get a certain amount of money in my pocket, I want to go blow it on dumb shit. And I know that's why exactly that is, because I've been bombarded with commercials too the programming doesn't just disappear in one day because I realize we don't live on a fucking ball. It doesn't mean all that programming just blows out the window, dude. I'm still constantly battling my previous programming. Yeah, that, yeah. But
I got $200. It goes to my rent. Doing the response.
I just the other day I took a picture of it. Actually, I'll upload it. I just had like $1,000 sitting on my bed. This is what's left of it. It's not much, but the thing is, I'm not spending. I'm because I might actually need this. But it was nice to be able to spread it all out my bed and take a picture of it, just to be an asshole to myself.
Yeah,
It didn't really mean anything. I just wanted to. It was like, wow, when's the next time I'm gonna have this much money in one shot? So let me quickly take a picture of it to prove it to myself that I had it. But
you know what? What I'm gonna do, guys. Okay, and I urge you guys to do the same. Okay, get the biggest bill you can and put it in the center on a board. Okay, get the next denomination and put it around, and so on and so on. So you end up with like a beautiful mandala, and you call it a piece of art, and you'll know how much exactly it's cost you, and you sell it for 3 times as much.
There you go.
There you go.
Hard idea.
Uh-oh. Dan's rolling in it, bro.
What's that, Dan?
Oh, no.
What are you doing, Dan?
He's showing how much moolah he have.
Wait, I didn't see the inside bills, though. Those all could have been singles, so we don't know.
Yeah, it was just 100.
He's got the 100 on the outside. Oh, my God. There's people that actually think like that. They're like, yeah, keep the 100 on the outside, get a bunch of singles on the inside. The chicks will think you got money. I'm like, chicks?
Dude, it's like, is that like the biggest stupid thing to do? Hey, why don't you pretend like you have lots of money so women who like men who have lots of money like you? It's like, do you want that kind of woman? Is that what you'd like? Like,
no, but you want that kind of like. Ooh, hello.
Yeah, come on. Oh. So Dan, what the hell?
La 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 la.
Dan, are you going to make this mandala, display and sell it for 3 times as much?
What do you mean? Wait, what?
So okay, you take
he's using Mandela, and I'm like, well, I think it means a collage.
A collage. Say the biggest denomination.
What type of collage?
Yeah, take the biggest denomination of your currency has, put it in the center of a board, take the next denomination, and so on and so forth. You'll be able, you'll know exactly how much that is, and then you sell it as a piece of art for 3 times as much.
Yeah,
people will buy it.
Yeah, start with a 100, then 50s, then 20s, then 10s, then 5s, 1s.
You know, like Kyle McDonald, the red paperclip guy. He traded his red paperclip for a goddamn like house or something like that.
Well,
and now he's he I'm pretty sure he was he helped create Fepe.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the guy who invented this paperclip? Can you imagine? I'm going to take some wire here and spin it around, and I'm going to make millions.
It happens.
It happens. Hey, there's stupider things. How about the pet rock? Or better yet, you know what they have now? They have buy nothing. And it costs you $29, buy nothing. They send you a package of it looks like there should have been a light bulb in it, you know, made out of plastic. And it says, you have bought nothing. There's nothing in it. You bought the package that says you have bought nothing for $29.95. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, man. Wow.
That's why I say somebody would buy this collage mandala.
Yeah, I think secret flat earther. 'Cause he's always talking about water. Fucking. He's like, water always flows downhill. It always finds its level. It's like now he's talking about dialectical fucking movements and shit. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Is this dude a flat earther or what here?
Who's this? Osho.
I
Yeah.
gotta get white.
Yeah, but like Christian said earlier, like it turns out he's not a flat earther. He doesn't see that simple truth. He's got too many distractions between him and that simple truth. That doesn't mean that the other things he observes don't have value. So you don't have to, you know, discard the whole of his being just because he doesn't get that. Instead, count yourself lucky. It's like, dude, so you see all of these things, but you don't see this freaking simple truth. I see this simple truth. You know, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
I'll wage my simple truth versus your 50 truths.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a celebrity troll.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
So
It's Timmy.
Silly boy. I hope he's feeling better.
Asshole who took me offline.
Oh, he's okay. It's his party trick. It gives him a sense of, you know, a sense of somethingness because there's emptiness inside. So he needs to fill it with something. It doesn't matter if it's shame, you know.
I'm out.
Listen.
Fuck you.
What's he saying?
Oh, he's telling me to get in the corner. I'm sitting in the corner because I got my phone plugged in. He's like, get in the corner. About time you listen.
Yeah.
He's another flat earther. He's my
What's up, Persian Scribe? If you want to join, the Hangout link's in the chat room. You know where to find it.
Yeah.
Or you can just message me on Skype if you don't know where to find it, but you should know where to find it.
I got enough battery power. I can go back outside and have a cigarette.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably keep this going for another like 15 minutes, or 20 minutes, maybe like a half hour max. And so I think Scribe is going to join here in a second.
Did he say yeah?
Yeah, I think I just saw him sign on to Skype, so probably.
Oh, cool. Dude, I'm so looking forward to his next story. Yeah. Oh.
What
go. Sent him the link.
Say it again.
What guy are we talking?
What kind of story? Is that what you said?
No, I said what guy are we talking about here that's coming in?
Persian Scribe.
That's his name?
Yes. His name is Jason Stiles. He's been in several hangouts with me in a whole bunch.
I think I met Jason. Yeah, I think I met him once.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
What, met him in real life or in a hangout?
No, in a hangout with you, actually.
All right. Yeah, you might have done. Where are you, by the way, in the US?
I'm over in Minnesota.
Minnesota. Is that anywhere near Wisconsin?
Yes, it's right next door.
Well, that's where he is. He's in Wisconsin.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
He's near
I'll be right
back. Apparently. Well, Saskatchewan. That area, I think.
I'm trying to get a hold of that one guy who's from Minnesota. He recently he came on Mark's show, and then I got a hold of him, and then I hooked up with his channel, and he went ahead and did a video when he was out at the state fair. And I'm like, oh man, if he would have emailed me, I would have went out there.
Well,
I missed it. Because I'm right around the corner from the state fair, so.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So Jason is going to come in. He'll come in shortly.
Cool. Yeah, I'll keep it going for another half hour then.
Cool.
That's cool. I want to look at your Puerto Rican mustache for a while anyway.
No, it's always nice. Every time when I'm watching Daniel, it just reminds me of the hippie I used to be. The beating that over in the coffee shop.
Something my dad said to me. He's like, you know what, Dan? I was you before you were you. You know that? And I'm like, yeah, I do know that, Dad. It's called like genetics or something about biology or something. I don't know. Never heard of it. And he's like, I was supposed to be the comedian and an actor and a fucking travel the world. And yeah, but you didn't. You had Derek and you had me, and you gave up, didn't you?
Well,
Dumb.
I know definitely what your favorite song was then. Old man, look at my life.
I'm a lot like you were. Yo, here's the thing though. Here's what makes it even more better, Wesley, is that I actually lived in Hollywood and I went to the Redwoods and lived there too. And so I've been to Hollywood, I've been to the Redwood.
Jason, what's up, man?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight?
What's up, Jason?
Cool.
Thanks for joining, dude. Yeah, take over, dude. Fucking let us know what's been going on. I don't need to talk. I'm going to mute myself.
Hey, your camera's looking really good today, Jason.
It might be the lighting or something. I changed some light bulbs in my room that I record in, so.
And one of my light bulbs went out in my room, and that's why I look even worse than usual. So.
And they keep telling me my light bulb went out years ago.
How's it going?
I'm talking about.
How's it going, Jay?
Good. Yeah.
Got any more writing?
Yeah, definitely. A little bit. I'll try to get you the first chapter as soon as I can.
Yeah, don't stress, but one day it will arrive and I'll be like, yes, just arrange things so I can sit and read calmly. Yeah.
Do you want me to give you like a bunch of chapters at the same time or not? Because usually with beta readers, you do a chapter at a time, and then I'll have a list of questions for you to answer.
Yeah.
That's the way formal writing writers.
So I'll go with that. Okay.
And
I'll go with that. And what I'll do is, because I'll be proofreading it too, instead of giving it back to you with the corrections or highlighting any typos, I'll keep that until you're finished and giving me all of them, and then I'll give it back to you. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure you'll be tempted to go back and spend time fixing those typos rather than continuing with the story.
Well, I mean, I'm not worried about, like, with beta reading, you don't, what I would ask of you, or what beta readers typically do, is they don't worry about the grammar and the punctuation and all that. It's just basically about whether they like the characters or not, what they don't like about the characters. It's kind of like a general, like what kind of vibes you're getting from the plot, is it too confusing, which is why, like, a lot of authors, they have kind of a survey that they ask their beta readers to take. And some of the bigger authors, they'll have like 20-30 beta readers to get like a broader sample size, and to get and if like a majority of the beta readers are saying, yeah, this character is weak, or we don't really understand the motivations of this character, or this plot point is confusing. If you're getting that from like 75-80% of your beta readers, then it's probably there's a problem that you need to resolve. So a lot of what the beta reading process is, and I hope I'm not boring everyone here. But yeah, so authors, it's become more of a thing to use beta readers and to really make it a disciplined, formatted set of protocols to follow. I don't want to be like that necessarily.
You say that they're doing this now. It's more of a done thing. I think it's been done going back in time. It was just done differently, as in just going to your friends
within the publishing houses.
Yeah.
Within the publishing houses, they would have like a team, probably, of editors or whatever, and everyone has their role to play, I suppose, within that. But yeah, nowadays, there are a lot of the bigger authors where there's rumors that there's teams of writers helping them. So it isn't. So I'm not gonna levy any accusations against, like, say, Stephen King or James Patterson or somebody like, those guys. I'm sure they'd write their own stuff, but there are I think there are teams of people assigned to certain writers to kind of, because it's a business. It's big business. I mean,
I think
I don't want to be like that. I want to be my own person.
You'll never be like that.
I'm not looking at it as a business. I just genuinely love literature and have always wanted to be as good of a writer as I can. So
this is why you'll never be like that, But I think maybe we're talking people like J.K. Rowling. I think we're talking that kind of, that level. Have you heard of the film Dark Tower? The Dark Tower.
Yeah, that's a Stephen King.
Yes, that was.
Oh, hell yeah! That's what I ever read.
Story.
I heard it.
All 7 books.
Yeah. His first story, the Dark Tower, that was his first story back at college that didn't go anywhere. That is it's probably one of his best stories.
It is his best. It is the best thing he's ever written. It's a modern day Lord of the Rings. He didn't even know that story came out of him. He didn't know he was capable, nor could he ever finish it, because he knew that the story was just too epic. And like it wrote itself, he didn't know what was going to happen. And when you read all 7 books, it is clearly, and I was a Stephen King fan for his horror, and it's not horror, but it is clearly the best thing he ever wrote, hands down.
Yeah. And it's coming out. I'd love to see how it fares, through in film. I hope they do a good job. That's it.
I enjoyed it. I was did you read all 7 books, Antonio?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I'm going to just tell you something, that this is how their way of pleasing the fans of the books and newcomers all in one. Do you know how it was called the Dark Tower Cycle? You remember that?
Uh-huh.
That's what it's called because it actually is a loop. Okay? So how and how it's different, any differences that occur in the movie are because this movie is supposed to take place after the last book. Do you get it? So It could be book 1 all over again. See, that's the genius of it.
Are you talking about the Henson, the Dark Crystal?
No. The Dark Tower. Stephen King.
Oh, my bad.
Right. Wow, that's a genius move.
I love the Dark Crystal.
Isn't it?
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Did you hear that they're coming out with a Netflix series? That's a prequel to the Dark Crystal.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's the prequel, so check that out.
Okay, so you guys might not know this, but I'm a huge sci-fi fan, and
yeah,
so yeah. So the Jim Henson Company was they did a sci-fi series called Farscape. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
I remember that.
It's it's an absolutely genius TV series, and it went for about 5 seasons, and they filmed it in Australia, but the acting is just superb, and the writing is just superb.
that was on the Sci-Fi Channel. I remember that. Hey, Jason, now you're from Wisconsin. I'm from Minnesota. I'm from Minneapolis, by the way. What part are you in Wisconsin?
I'm in the Fox Valley.
Oh, okay. Do you think you'd ever end up popping over to Minnesota for any reason?
Yeah, I've driven through there a couple different times. I used to have a couple friends that lived up there, but I haven't been to Minneapolis in a long time. But yeah.
Yeah, because I want to get going on a flat Earth meetup. So
Oh, you're setting one up?
I'm trying to. Yeah. I gotta go, guys. I gotta punch in, but nice seeing y'all.
You too.
Yo, thanks, Wesley. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, gotta go. Bye.
A message to the globe Earth. I don't hate you, but I'm just done investing my time in you.
So, Jason, you were saying about Farscape.
Yeah, well, Dan mentioned the Dark Crystal, and that was the Jim Henson Company's production, and so Farscape was a Jim Henson production. Yeah,
Nice.
that's the only reason I brought it up. But it's fantastic. If you ever have time, but yeah, it's really well acted. I mean, they had really good villains. But it got better as as time went on. But yeah, it was really good writing, really funny and really tense, and they put their characters through a ringer. And so, yeah, that's why I liked it. It was really, and Jim Henson effects. It had a real organic quality to it because they used live puppetry, but it wasn't like it wasn't cheesy, I mean, it was really well done. It had a really good visual aesthetic to it, the series.
Yeah.
There are a lot of interesting, I don't know if you're familiar with Blake 7. You probably are, Antonio.
Yeah.
But it was, I know they were influenced by that a little bit, in the sense that the ship on Farscape is a living ship. It's an organic ship. So that kind of drew on similarities. And it's like Blake 7, it was like a group of kind of misfits or people that were kind of escaped from
Renegade.
A tyrannical government. They were it was like a prison ship, and they escape. And then there's the main character, his name is John Crichton, and the actor that plays him is just phenomenal actor. And he kind of travels through a wormhole into this new dimension of space, and it's like everything's just completely alien to him. So it's a really good show. It works on a lot of different levels. It has.
When's the last time you watched the Dark Crystal?
Probably about 5 or 6 years ago.
I'm gonna have to watch that again and see if there's anything in it. I heard there's some secret messages in there.
Okay, for everyone that's interested in NASA conspiracies, I have one really good sci-fi show recommendation that not too many people have heard of it, but it was on Showtime in the early 2000s, and it's called Odyssey 5, and it starred Peter Weller and Christopher Gorham, and just really phenomenal acting on that show as well. There's only 17 episodes, I believe. I have it on DVD, but Odyssey 5, it doesn't take long to get through the series, but phenomenal writing, and quite the NASA conspiracy involved in that show. I mean, it's all about NASA basically.
Huh. So how did they get away with that?
I don't know.
Was that too strong to be rocked by it? Do you think? It was one of those things that
oh man, what can I say without giving too much away? Well, the first episode, it's basically the crew of the Odyssey space shuttle. Okay, so there's 5 of them, and they're doing whatever they're doing on a normal, space shuttle mission. and try to put aside what we know about the space shuttle and and the NASA, but in the context of this is like the early 2000s, it came out, but they're just going through the motions of a normal mission, and then all of a sudden, the Earth blows up, basically, and the whole and then basically what happens? I'm like giving everything away here, but so they're dead. They're dead to rights on the space shuttle. They have damage. They're losing air. They because of all the debris from the Earth blowing up, and the whole show, the premise is trying to figure out why this happened, but they encounter a mysterious entity while they're just floating dead in space, and basically they kind of wake up low oxygen. They wake up being engulfed by this crystalline massive ship or entity, and the entity's called I want to say it's the Seeker is what the name of the entity is called, and this Seeker sends them back in time 5 years to get to the bottom of what caused the Earth to go kablamo. So it's total panic mode, and it's like this all about the psychology of what would you do? Would you just say screw it? There's no way we're going to be able to figure this out and just party it up, And some of the characters do that, and some characters are just like freaking out, like they're just totally engulfed with the idea of we got to figure out what caused this, and it's just this grand cosmic conspiracy that they uncover. It's fascinating. Odyssey 5. I don't know if anyone in chat's ever heard of it, but it's really well acted. Peter Weller is the main. People might remember him from being the main, RoboCop and Buckaroo Banzai.
Well, I can tell people this: Farscape is on YouTube. The full episodes. So I'm now looking for Odyssey 5.
Yeah, I would say two of my favorite series are Odyssey 5 and The Prisoner.
Yeah, The Prisoner. I can't watch The Prisoner. Because of my childhood, it just freaks the shit out of me. It really does.
What's The Prisoner about?
Oh, it's good. It is so good, Dan. You got to check it out. Yeah, I just discovered it from watching. I've been watching Michael Tessarian on Unslaved podcast, and he brings it up a lot on his show. He and David Whitehead, they have a great series of shows that they've been doing. It's called I think the YouTube channel is Unslaved Podcast. But anyway, they bring up The Prisoner a lot, and that's what I'm like. I had never heard of it. You lucky folks over in the UK, are pretty familiar with it, but I had never heard of it. And it's a psychological spy kind of, I guess, drama conspiracy. And the main character, he's a spy, and he tries to retire. He hands in his resignation, and then upon going back to his little flat or apartment or whatever in London, he is mysteriously there's sleeping gas that's put into his apartment. He wakes up in this new place called a village, and he doesn't know what's going on. And the whole show is him, and everyone's designated numbers. So he's number 6, and he's trying to figure out who number 1 is. And the highest he ever gets to is meeting number 2, which is a kind of a revolving door of people running the village. The number 2 runs the village. And anyway, so he's trying to mount escapes from the village. It's like a seaside village. It's like a seaside village. I think they actually filmed it in
it's a real place
in Wales. Yeah.
Yes, and it is a seaside village. The village itself was built by a multimillionaire who built the whole place to be the idyllic place to live. And it's a closed society. And you think, they're really easy. Just freaking swim out. You know, swim your way out. Just leave. But he can't. And that's what bugs me. And that's a bit why I can't watch it.
Yes.
The why. The thing that stops him from leaving, which is so.
And what was the name of the other show again? I'm sorry. I want to write that down before I forget. The other
Odyssey 5 and Farscape.
Okay.
Odyssey 5, Farscape, and The Prisoner.
Christian, I've put links to them, to Odyssey 5 and Farscape in the chat in the watch page.
I mean, Farscape's going to be a little bit more of a time investment because it had 80, 90 some episodes. But Prisoner and the Odyssey 5, they just went for one season. They're both 17 episodes, so you can whip through that really quick. I mean, I try to limit how much TV I watch because it affects my writing and it affects my creative mindset too much. It's kind of like when I was recording music, when I was in the process of recording, I didn't like to listen to things that I was really influenced by because I didn't want it to sound too much like what I liked, if that makes any sense. But The Prisoner, there's so much sociological and psychological and philosophical drama inculcated into the plot and the writing and what the characters are going through in The Prisoner. That's what makes it, and Odyssey 5, really. So
cool.
Darn it, Antonio! I was hoping you'd be able to get over that childhood thing to be able to watch it.
Well, no. It's not just a childhood thing. It's as an adult, I watch and I think, okay, because I started watching it again, and I think it's inevitable that I'm going to think about how I will go about getting out of there. I mean, that's what the whole thing's about.
Yeah.
That's a big distraction for my little slow thinking brain to be thinking, I would get out I'd do this and I would try that. And, oh, no, he tried that. He failed. So it's no, I'm not spending my time in that anxiety-laden, how would I get out?
And what's crazy is, without giving too much away as far as the ending, is he comes up with all these ingenious ways to escape, but then he realizes at some point, then our entire existence is a metaphorical or allegorical village.
Yes.
So that's, and wow. And there's a lot more I could say about it, but it's just fantastic writing. And it's haunting. It really is. It's haunting.
Yes. And I've got other things on so I have I picture my mind being like a marble in a mouse trap type thing. And it goes to various different places. Oh, here's a little corner. I have to turn. Various different things. Things pop into my mind and I notice things. And if I introduce another section to this mousetrap that I know goes in a great big spiraling loop that goes back into this great big spiraling loop, then I have to conjure up another marble to go down the trap, because that's what the prisoner is going to do to my mind. So I think, no, I'm not doing that. I watched the first episode, I'm like, yep, I remember now. Nope. So, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. And Patrick McGowan, the actor that plays number 6, oh man, what a great actor. I know they wanted him to be they were trying to get him to be the original James Bond.
Uh-huh.
But I think he was doing his prior spy series that he was involved in. I can't remember the name of it right now. Danger Man, I think it was called.
Yeah.
It went by a couple different names. One, I think it went by a different name in Canada than it did in the UK. but yeah, I think he was kind of already had, he came up with the idea for The Prisoner, and he wanted to kind of do his own thing, something that was a little bit deeper than just like a superficial character like James Bond, where where it's just a womanizer and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Jason, sorry to cut you off. I'm going to wait for Dan to come back, and I'm going to drop.
How long have you guys been going?
A long time. It's been fun. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the laptop into the bedroom. I'm going to drop. Dan, I'm going to drop, but I'm going to listen to until you round up.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna close this off in a 5 minutes.
All right, cool. Jason, it's been great. And yes, whenever you're ready, but literally whenever you're ready. Okay? So no rush. We're not going anywhere unless we go into Europe. But Dan will tell you about that. Right, guys, see you later. Daniel, thank you very much. Jason,
good time.
Bye, Antonio.
And
are you having a hangout tomorrow night, Antonio?
Yes. So I will send you an email for a message about it. Okay.
I'll try to make it in. I just have such crazy work hours. I have 2 jobs, so I juggle a lot.
I'll pass it to you. You get home, unwind, and if you feel inclined, then jump in. Okay. So, but no stress. Stress not necessary. All right.
Great. Sounds good.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
Good times tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Antonio.
Yeah. Cheers. And good to meet you, Christian. It's been great.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
Yeah. You too, man. Hopefully see you again.
Cheers. You will, I'm sure. Hasta luego. Bye.
Bye.
Everyone subscribe to Antonio Sugarats if you're not already subscribed to him. And the Faceless Enigma Christian here, and the Persian Scribe.
Yeah, I can't get my camera turned back on, so I just left it off. Who gives a fuck?
Well, that's why you're the Faceless Enigma. It makes sense now. Yeah. So my roommate just fucking hit the fantasy jackpot for football, and his one of his players exploded today because today's the first game of the NFL. Game 1, and one of his players is a rookie, Hunt, running back for the Chiefs.
Kareem Hunt?
And he just exploded with a 40-point fantasy performance.
Oh, wow.
And
These idiots allowed me to get him in the 12th round.
You know, I kind of, I'm a bit of a sports geek. I follow the NFL, Formula 1 racing, and somewhat the NBA.
Oh, that's cool. If he follows Formula 1, that's the only real fucking racing. That's as good as it gets.
That's pretty fucking cool. I never knew that about you. That's cool.
I'm an IndyCar fan. I can tell you that they're not as good at drivers as Formula 1 drivers.
Yeah, I love IndyCar too, but I live about 20 miles away from Elkhart Lake, Road America.
Oh wow.
Fantastic. It's one of the best road courses in America. It's kind of similar to Spa.
Okay.
So, yeah.
If you ever get a chance, if you have Netflix, they have a really good documentary on Alton Senna on there. It's unbelievable.
I have that on DVD. Yeah.
It's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. I was in tears.
I'll never forget that day when Senna passed away at Monza.
Yep.
That was horrible. Yeah, he's one of my favorite drivers when I was a little kid. Yeah, but that's racing. It's dangerous.
Everyone could say like Schumacher or someone like that. No, this dude had skills like it was Jordan.
Yeah, that was a real sad day. But yeah, he had a great. He was one of the best. Yeah, he's the best probably. I mean, talent wise. Yeah, I love racing. I was always into racing. My mom always loved racing, so. I guess, yeah, she always called me Racing Jason because I was always running around fast. So,
dude, I love those fucking those tracks, those magnetic tracks that you put together as a kid, and
those are amazing.
Fucking,
those are so fun, bro.
You're racing your friends. Dude, that shit was intense.
Oh yeah.
Super intense.
Yeah, I had one of those. Check this out. Check this out. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Those two little Formula One cars, and they had the magnetic things on the bottom, and
shits were so much fun, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I did a lot of go-kart racing as a child. That shit was fun, bashing people into the fucking walls.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, never like crazy dangerously, but no one ever got hurt. But I mean, I even got bashed fucking into the walls and spun out plenty of times. It was fun. So, Christian, what are you up to tonight here?
You know what? I'm probably gonna just crash out soon because I worked hard today. I hung drywall, and you know when your body's not used to it, so I'm gonna crash hard tonight. And now that you guys were just talking some it sounds like some good TV shows, I'm gonna watch one of them tonight. It's something to just crash out to. That was a good hangout tonight, man. And I appreciate you inviting me on. We had some good conversation. I didn't really want to, talk too much. I just wanted to sit and listen because usually I know I can sometimes get chatty. So I just wanted to fall back and just chill a little bit tonight. But I appreciate you having me on.
All right, yeah, dude. Thanks for fucking coming on, man. Everyone subscribe to the Faceless Enigma Hang Now. Go to check out his channel. He's got a good channel. If I wasn't so lazy, I would link you to it right now. But unfortunately, being a bit lazy. So if he wants to link you to his channel, he can do that. But if I was a truly a good host, I would link you to his channel. But
it's all good. Lately, I've been putting a lot of music on my channel lately. I've been very music oriented.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, anytime, man. I mean, normally if I have an idea of the show, it's gonna stick to that. But whenever if it says, with special guests, anyone's usually allowed if they not cunts, or if they're not they're not stupid assholes. Yeah. Because like a cunt apparently is a loyal friend.
Mm-hmm.
If you look into the history of the etymology of the word a cunt, apparently means a loyal friend. And like you really want a good cunt. Like of course you want a good cunt, but no, like seriously, you want a loyal friend. And so yeah, Jason, say whatever you go ahead and plug yourself if you would like to. If not, say fuck you to him. I would not like to plug myself.
Well, yeah, I had my first hangout on my channel on, what was it, Tuesday, with Antonio and a guy named Mark Hicks. His YouTube channel is Raised by Gypsies. So yeah, he makes really good videos, and he's working on one that's going to be about Operation Paperclip, and then
cool.
That'll be out in a few weeks. So look forward to that. But yeah, I plan on doing. I don't want to do hangouts every day or whatever, but once every couple of weeks, I think I'm going to have one on my channel, and just kind of get everyone to know me a little bit better as an author, and I'm going to kind of start giving, to start talking about some of the things that I'm interested in, besides not only flat Earth stuff, but a lot of other topics. So yeah, check out my channel. I think I'm at 99.
I'm already subscribed. Everyone subscribed.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, man, this has been a fun hangout. Nice and relaxing. No fucking drama. And thanks all the moderators for taking care of the fucking trolls at the beginning of the hangout. And thank you for the rest of the panel, Antonio, Wesley, yourselves, and everybody listening. It's been fun. We will do this again. Flat Earth Subgenius out, and have a fantastic night.
All right. Bye, Dan.